Welcome back to two dumb old men who are now going to take their panties off through their leg holes and do a tiny arm dance. We're mad.
Listen.
Why are you mad, bro?
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm
a little mad about it. I don't fully understand it. I want to understand it. We're bitching about TikTok a little bit. You're all over that, and you said you saw this new trend called the take your panties off through your leg holes challenge?
Yeah.
We're still doing the challenges are back. All right. Which one? Which is this
Can you take your panties off through your leg hole?
I can do anything, Sam. I'm a magical being. Is this a charity thing? If I do this, I challenge Jason Bateman to the take your panties off through the leg hole challenge for...
I don't know what it is. There's no... I mean, it's 15 seconds or 10 seconds, and it's girls... And I don't know if they're teens. I don't know.
You got to get off TikTok. You got to get off TikTok.
If this is,
I don't know.
Stop watching teens take their panties off.
Well, people should not be.
It's there. It's on my thing.
Yeah, but they should not.
I didn't sign up for it. I just scroll and it happens.
Whose trend is that?
I didn't look up nothing.
Okay, let's talk about the trend, and just for the sake of...
I haven't seen any of these videos, so it's clearly in your algorithm. Teens taking their panties off. I've never even heard of this challenge.
You don't use that hashtag when you post anything?
Hold on, it can't just be on my thing.
Anyone in the Twitch chat, have you seen that? Because I've been on TikTok all week, and I haven't seen anything like that.
Are you clowning me?
I 100% am not clowning you.
How could you not see? There's hundreds of teens taking their panties off.
Okay, well,
that's their legs holes.
That's something about you, sir.
It's a thing.
I'm not clowning you, but
I don't mean young teens. I mean, like 18, 19. 18. I don't know.
Yeah. Old teens.
I don't know. I mean, they're not holding their driver's license. Yeah. I have no idea.
They should, though.
I can't tell.
I got people on Twitch. I've never seen
That'd
this.
be a lot more problematic.
Dude, it's all over my...
Do you have to keep your license in your hand while you're pulling your panties through your leg holes? Sam, you're not going to be able to do this. You're too tall.
I can do it. I just can't wear jeans to do it.
This is a short woman's game, I feel like.
I can do it.
I feel like I could excel at this, just the sheer tininess of my legs.
When I first saw it, I didn't even know what was happening because like they just stand there.
Never seen it. I've spent an hour plus on it every day.
No, there's not.
I'm telling you.
How can that be?
Okay, I just read the worst insult you can receive currently in social media land, and I was just told that your algorithm is pervy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You got a pervy algorithm.
Yeah.
There's no way I have more pervy algorithm than anybody else.
Well, I do not believe that you should have a pervier algorithm than me, but for some reason you ended up with it because I've yet to see panty through the leg hole. But
let me see these.
I'm down for a challenge. I also, is there any way to stop the videos from auto playing still yet, TikTok? Or no, it just, as soon as you load it up, it blows.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I do is I just scroll. I never searched anything.
Oh, from the Twitch chat room, this is, Fashino says Tom is slowly becoming Matt Gates. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Don't say that.
Then we got OK Epstein.
Don't say that.
This is problematic. I don't know.
He is the worst of the Gates. The best of the Gates being Sinister Gates, guitar player for Avenged Sevenfold.
I literally just scroll up.
Yeah, but you must have paused a little too long on something, so now they're like, all right, give them all the teens with the panties on.
Is that how you do it?
No, but I don't. I give them a pass. You're not looking at this phone with your glasses on, right? I feel like I give you a pass. You're staring at it like, well, I don't know with the panty. Is that a leg hole? And then I see what you're doing.
Yeah, but just looking at one video, then I mean, I've seen this a lot of times.
They're claiming, yes, this is just like when he accidentally gets porn calendar invites. I mean, we're putting the math together here. You're getting events in your calendar for porn. You're getting teens taking their panties off on TikTok. There's a lot going on.
Hashtag old teens.
Yeah. I'm saying teens.
No, I'm serious. The chat room.
They could be 24.
Yes.
I don't even know. I say that because it's a more
it's funny.
Ridiculous.
It's not as creepy.
I don't care. I'm not a creepy guy.
Pizza. Yeah, you're not.
But your phone says otherwise.
So are we gonna?
I've never been creepy to any woman.
Are we gonna do this challenge?
Take your panties off?
Yeah. And how
can you guys do it right now?
How are they able to do it? I think I could do it.
You have jeans on. That's gonna be too hard.
No, they have shorts.
Right.
And then they reach up and they pull one leg out. And then they reach the other, they pull the other leg.
We've done this our whole lives, in with our bras, getting out of your arm holes.
I didn't know. Yeah, they kind of
the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's the
That's not
underwear.
a challenge. That's dumb as hell.
That's all
These kids
it
need
is.
to come up with something new.
Everything's challenges.
That's not a challenge.
gotta
Who can't do that?
But it's not even.
Have you seen any videos where the girl can't do that?
That would be a better challenge.
Exactly.
The can't pull your panties off through your leg hole challenge.
And I may be talking
big.
to the
I'm
wrong.
too big to do it.
Like maybe other people are like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I just got into looking at TikTok because we
Yeah,
we
I
have
don't
for
know
the
what
show.
it is either.
So I just scroll the videos, and there's a lot of videos where there's a robot talking, and she's describing something. It's weird.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's the robot voice.
No, it's like, I think it's a feature where
yes.
you can have it like read and like
Yes.
do like a voiceover.
It's like the old school news from
Yeah.
the Friday Free Show.
We
You just
have
type
a-
something in and a robot reads it.
Yeah, we have a BDM that was using it for his art, but I would say that it'd probably be more impactful or better for me. Now, again, this happened for me, but I would say just do the voiceover yourself. I'd rather hear you talk about your painting or whatever. You know, like I don't know. I don't want to hear the robot.
Then
Well,
there's
you keep your panties on if you want to. It's fine.
Please do.
You
there's
also
a
take
lot
the
of
leg off.
videos that they put this song, and I don't know what it's called, but it's
Oh,
an
yeah, I
Oh
love
No
it when
song. You know what I'm talking about?
The
Where it's
Oh No song.
The whole lead up is like da-da-da, 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 and then it's like da-da-da, da-da-da, oh no. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you
This is
are
the
watching
greatest
on
thing.
TikTok.
This is
No. And then it's just someone, a fat
This is
guy
the-
falling.
Wait,
What are you
That's all I
watching?
get. I don't know. It's complete garbage. All of it is garbage.
Your algorithm's
It's a
messed
fat guy
up,
falling.
man.
It's someone
I've
crashing.
never been happier.
You ever
I have
seen
a
the Oh
sty.
No?
My eyeball. Do you see my
Someone
eyeball?
has to know what I'm talking
I
about.
have a sty in my eyeball and it hurts when I laugh hard, and you're killing me. Now I'm crying out of my hurt eyeball. That's the funniest thing I ever heard. Could you sing it one more time?
No,
We're trying to track this thing down.
It's a Oh No
Put Oh
song.
No TikTok song and see if you can find
That's
it.
all
Alright.
it is. All the videos, and then
I've never heard that one. I get all the Cardi B dance challenges and stuff. And
I
twerk
get
challenges.
Oh No, fat guy falling, and then I get a lot of teen boys jumping off bridges.
All right. What is going on?
Then I get some dirt bike stuff. That's
it?
That's
you
it.
found it. I've
That's
never heard
all
this.
the videos of this.
Oh, no.
No, this is a different one. They don't curse. Oh yeah, but it's that. It's the tiny girl saying "Oh no, and then fat
No,
guy.
this is Chipmunk Soul, man. They're just speeding up an old soul song.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and then slow motion.
Cue the fat guy. Pull
slow,
the panties through the leg hole and ice bucket challenge.
slow motion jet ski crashes into something.
Hey.
It never gets that far. Is it?
Oh, boy. Oh.
Anyway,
I think we
It's
just
never been more
stumbled
garbage.
upon a new bit where you
They're calling you
give
TikTok Tom.
TikTok Tommy. I think we have a new bit. This is my favorite thing we've done where you start like 'cause
Describing TikTok
that
videos
came
to
together
us.
pretty great. Now I have railed against TikTok. I don't really know what it is, and I'm really not anti it. But I got to tell you, man, you've made me like it. I'm kind of excited about TikTok now. I don't understand it. Like I put a video up earlier.
It's just a collection of garbage.
Yeah, it is a kind of a collection of garbage. I did a video of our fish tank because the sea anemone in there had a shell on its head, and I thought it was hilarious.
We need to make more Oh No videos because that's where
Okay.
the money's at.
I don't know what to do with it. What do I do?
No.
You have to
What-
exploit Butler on TikTok somehow.
Yeah.
I already
well,
want to do a video about his big old boobies.
Well, but okay, we got to do a video of Butler. He's
He's
trying to
bouncing
do a
his
trick
boobies.
on his one wheel, and then when he falls off slow motion, that's when it kicks in, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Right.
and then you fall.
Look at this guy, content creator. Look at him.
I'm telling you, I figured it
you're
out.
good.
It's that's all it is. And then you get a lot of likes, and it just not like it never goes into this far. Because it's a
Yeah,
small
15
area.
seconds. That's fine.
But anyway, the
They're calling you Captain TikTok.
the platform makes it addictive to just never-ending scroll,
Yeah.
and then that's what I realized. I was like, this is why the younger generation who's already addicted to their phone to begin with.
I
they-
really want to scroll through your TikTok now.
No,
Look at- I'll give it to you.
I know what that.
I-
Do
you wanna scroll through mine?
Yeah, she said I really want to scroll through your TikTok.
You
and
wanna
you
swap
just screamed,
TikToks?
"I'll give it to you."
I follow.
X gonna give it to you.
I
Not
follow
anymore.
nobody and it's
So sad.
It's a lot of trampoline jumping videos. Oh, look at
Dude,
that! The panties! Oh, look at this!
Yeah,
Hold on.
it is. I see it. Don't put it on
Don't
the
yell
camera. Don't put it on the
panties.
camera.
Oh no!
Oh well, what, dude?
No, that's
Oh
not the
man,
one.
you got some good. My TikTok don't look nothing like your TikTok.
But look at that one.
Wowie!
What's going on
I
over
better
there?
why?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
got all fitness model TikTok. You got a perfect TikTok, bro.
I don't follow anybody. How do I get that? Just
know.
because I stopped and looked at a bikini girl?
I
Yes,
don't understand how it
that's
works.
part
And
of
then
it.
that's all?
Also,
I don't understand
your
how it
phone
works.
listens to you.
Well, who's
also,
not
it's linked
gonna-
to your
Well, here,
Instagram.
here's
so
my
if you're
phone.
following girls on your
Bikini, fitness model. I want that on my
Right.
feed. All I
Daniel-
get are black guys that dress up like their grandma with a shower cap, and then they're cooking things, they're making rice-a-roni, they're yelling. I get nothing but like comedy garbage. I get skits. Is all I get, like skits. And no offense to skits, that's all great, but I'm not.
What do you?
I don't
what
want
do you put in your
skits.
search bar on your phone?
On my search bar?
You
What-
searching panties?
No. What I want to Google? I don't search anything. I don't search. I don't do
how did,
anything.
how did you
Okay.
get to panties? Because the first two videos he showed was one girl shaking it in see-through boxers, and the other girl was a fitness model just in a bikini at
it
like a
seemed-
professional photo shoot.
It seemed like a thing that they take their panties off. So we're moving towards not to be even more old man, but we're
I got a girl on roller skates. I got the fish tank. I got this lady who does positive messages. I don't have any girls in panties.
Do you follow?
I got a
people?
dog. Yeah, I follow people. I like videos. I got a girl chugging a White Claw.
I've never followed or liked any videos, so maybe
I got
it's
Big
just,
Tim radicalizing rednecks.
Yeah.
I don't have any girls in panties.
maybe it's just giving me the most popular videos because I don't follow anybody or like anything.
I
So
don't
I'm
think so,
just getting
man.
the generic. I don't know.
I
What
got
do you
a-
got over there?
I got a dog dressed up in a. I got a funny dog.
I like
yeah,
that
I
one.
get the dogs.
Yeah, this funny
Okay.
dog. I like this dog. This dog, Tika the dog. I like
Uh-huh.
Tika the dog. I'm a fan. I follow Tika.
So what's going to happen when the entire generation is just looking at short little videos and scrolls?
Oh, we're
in
all
the
gonna have
scroll?
ADD.
Well, it'll change, right? Isn't this just the same thing that Clear Channel rolled out 20 years ago when they were doing the blips and the less is more and
Yep.
15-second ads, and now everything's back to 60s.
No, I don't know. Because
Or 30s. It's not gonna. It might morph a little bit, but it may not fully go away.
30s, no one. I mean, like I'm talking about these people that are consuming this TikTok. Are they gonna have the inability to ever consume anything long? Like it'll never hold their attention.
That's
like
an
to
excellent question. I don't know.
Like, do 20-year-olds or 19-year-olds do they enjoy consuming movies that are 2.5 hours anymore, or is that like? Can you hold their attention, or is it all subjective?
I always see people complaining about how long movies are. So I
Yeah.
think that's working against you if your movie is longer.
I think as much as they try to compartmentalize the smaller form of entertainment they digest, which is the TikTok, Instagram, Reels, stuff like that, I think psychologically you can't fight that. Like that is gonna, no matter what you try to do, your body's gonna crave, or your mind's gonna crave that smaller instant gratification over the longer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because you're just blasting it into your face, which is, you know what I mean?
It's gotta
right
be-
to the source every day.
Like our human brains, it's like why we like sugar, right? Like and sugar tastes good to us because we evolved to try to constantly find sugar as an energy source
I say
because
yes, please.
it's super efficient for our bodies and to convert it to energy. So if we can find some berries in the wild or whatever, something that has high sugar, we want that. It tastes good to us. That's why, we crave sugar.
Rock brings
But
up a good
it
point,
hurt us
though.
when we mass produce sugar. We could eat it whenever we want, and therefore we have to regulate it. This has got to be something close to that in the future, right?
I think so. Brock BDM brings up a good point, though. He says this is the same argument that was brought up against almost every form of technology: TV, radio, phones, newspapers.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, as soon as you put some new form of communicating in there, then suddenly people can abuse it or think it's bad, or it can quite possibly be harmful to you.
But that's true. The argument's always been brought up with all these forms of entertainment, and the fact that you could watch movies on VHS when that first came out. I'm sure people are like, now people are just be watching movies all day,
or just the TV, like, oh, your TV's raising your kid.
Yeah,
it's
but
always the same.
It's getting to the point where everything's in your pocket, and now you have 15 seconds. You have an infinity 15-second videos to scroll through.
Yeah.
That seems like it's gotten to critical mass of this is now as much small little microdose entertainment that you could personally hold, endlessly scroll through.
I can't see it getting much smaller, right?
Yeah.
15 seconds is about...
At least the TV, you had to be somewhere to watch it, right? Home or in front of it, and now it's like it's just in your pocket.
So go back to our Twitch chat room, because you guys are really slinging some good info in here. Floatin' His Life, JJ, we love her, says all of his friends, meaning her son, are exactly the same. They can't listen to a whole song in the car, constantly switching to the next one. It's crazy. I will say that my wife has always done that, and that's a thing that we actually have had arguments about it. And she's certainly not as young as your son, so maybe there is some truth to the fact that this stuff doesn't matter. It's just going to change a little bit, and we like to think that these things are very extremely harmful, but maybe it's all just the same.
Yeah, I don't mean like a extremely harmful. I mean, I wonder if we will look at it like sugar for our brains or whatever, just like we look at sugar's bad for us because it makes us, it makes you fat or whatever. It's like, bad for you to consume that much. I wonder if we'll ever get to a point where it's like bad for you to consume so much and it's able to be tested. Because if you consume buckets of sugar, you will get obese, right?
Sure,
and then you will be able, and then your chemicals in your body get thrown off. You could scientifically test your body and be like, this is bad.
Yeah.
You have done harm to yourself, right?
You mean find out what is a perfect amount?
So then I wonder
consumption?
If in the future, we will be able to have some sort of test where you are consuming too much nonsense or nothing, too fast clips of 80
right.
and you've done
just like you would with food.
Yes, yeah. And then you would be able to test your brain
I think
somehow.
we're moving towards that, yes.
Or
because your phone is already giving you a very, very rudimentary version of this where they give you screen time, right? And then they break it down to what you did.
I don't know.
So you
look
can,
at that.
I look at mine and I can see how much was social, how much was music, how much was productivity, how much, it gives you that. But you have to be open to it, and it certainly doesn't give it to you with a whoa, it doesn't give you hold on a second, you shouldn't be doing that because it's put in there by the phone maker. I'm not going to tell you to stop using it because it's bad for you.
Of course, yeah.
But there is, I never thought I'd see that, and I actually try to adhere to that, but I don't know how many people actually do. Do you guys use that?
I don't look at
your screen time timer.
Never looked at it ever.
Interesting.
I don't have enough discipline, and believe me, this is a fact that I need to stop looking at my phone. Now I'm not doing it. Sometimes I am. If I'm, just sitting trying to kill time, I'll just scroll through TikTok and it's just da, and then it's I'll just.
I get it.
It's not even. It's just killing time, and I'm like, ugh. Or
I just it becomes holding a cigarette. You're just moving your thumb.
But I'm just looking at it too much, and then Crystal's always telling me you're looking at your phone too much, and then I just have that problem. I think I have an addictive personality.
I say that to Andrea.
And then
Andrea's on her phone. I say you're on your phone too much.
Yeah, and then when I put it down and when I get away from it, it does.
It's healthier. Yeah,
it does make me feel better. And then we're limiting our son's screen time and phone time, so. It makes me feel like that was something that never even, even with video games, with Max and Tommy, we limit their video game time, but they want that more than anything, and they're more excited about it. Yeah. It's
interactive too. It's not one-sided. The TV's just barfing out stuff.
Right.
Video games, you get to be a part of it.
And they
it's immersive.
They like Minecraft more than any other video game.
It's a good one. It's creative.
But there's no end to it. And that's another thing I've been thinking about is that you can create stuff. And there's some good things. It's teaching them how to read and some math and stuff. It's done some good things. But because there's no end, and it's just infinite, infinite world, infinite building.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Open source. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Sandbox style.
I wonder, and they're not
I think
the same.
that's doing less damage than you not creating boundaries within your household.
No, I know.
I think the no boundaries in a video game's fine.
If we look at the video games, though, because video games back in the day, you had to, like, if you beat it, like you had,
there was a beginning and end.
You did have an attainable goal, so there was a value there. Like, let's take a game I played back in the day. Remember Road Rash? The motorcycle game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you hit people in the head with I used to love this
chain.
game. Oh,
yeah.
with a chain. It was a horrible game. They should remake it and make it ultra violent now.
You fight on street bikes.
It's awesome.
With chains.
It was my favorite game. Yeah, you have chains.
Yeah.
You have like a bat. You could whack people in the head. Anyway, when we got that game, I knew that I wanted to beat it. Like, there was a series of racers you had to make your way through, then you'd win, right? And when we beat it, then I remember my friend Dave came over. He's like, well, now it's your turn to beat it. So there was like...
I mean, they still have video games like that.
They do, but what Tom's saying is that there is like a lot of these games, they're just crap.
But they're also, your kids are real young.
Yeah.
So that's an easy game to play. Those games that they're playing are super easy to play. And it's also less pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? They can just jump on and just goof around instead of...
The Minecraft people are coming out of the woodwork and they're giving you the reel on the ending of the Minecraft game. It's like, okay.
Well, they like to do the creative mode where they just open source,
just building stuff.
Yeah, but they're not interested as much in like the Mario Kart or like they even got a Minecraft Dungeons, which is like a game that actually go through levels and stuff. So there is like an ending. They'd much rather just play open source, infinite.
Yeah. It's like having as many Legos from here to the sun.
But
you have as many as you want.
It's also designed, and a lot of these games are designed to tap into your human addiction
with
like,
rewards and points,
psychology,
medals,
rewards, medals, all this thing. I mean, they're all like. Remember Clash of Clans, like all those types of games.
I'm a sucker for all. I'm playing FIFA right now. I'm trying to get these soccer balls into a bucket so I get a gold medal.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it.
So it's designed to tap into human psychology, and human beings get addicted to things, and there's a lot of humans that have, I'm sure, on a spectrum of psychologically being more prone to addiction than others, right? Like and then I feel like there's a huge portion of society that gets wrapped up and addicted to things. And then it's like when I see my sons really love Minecraft so much, I'm just like, is the game basically making them addicted to it? And is that healthy? It
They'll
doesn't
be
matter.
fine, dude. Did you not play a bunch of video games when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Yeah.
You don't play them now.
Well, a lot of people say
on TikTok.
Which one do you think?
well, a lot of us say like I'm fine, and the people who say that, by the way, I'm like, no, you're not. You're not that fine. And I want to be honest with myself and be like, I'm probably not that lit. Have you heard me? I'm insane.
Yeah,
like,
you're
so
right.
what?
You're right. Get them into therapy now.
I mean, what about me is fine? Nothing.
But the one thing that you are doing that's good is that you know exactly how much they're playing, and a lot of people don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
So you're already ahead of everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you know how there's nothing you know more about than how much those kids have played Minecraft.
But also, I wasn't exposed to video games that were that addictive. Like, when I was their age, I was playing Mario Brothers.
Now that's interesting because we didn't have
there was nothing like
addicting.
Minecraft.
No.
There was an open source, infinite.
I'll disagree. I would play Mario every day, all day if I could. When I was a kid, it was addicting, and we would fight each other over it to play.
It's a different type of addicting, I think, because it's addicting to try to beat the level, but not in the same way these other video games are open source and it's like, hey, here it is. There is no ending. You could do infinite things. Like it's like an analogous to TikTok. Keep on scrolling. You'll never hit the end.
You won't.
There's no way to hit it because there's 1,000 videos getting uploaded a second. So it's you could just never end.
So to reset, it's almost as if these kids playing these games, like, and follow me here with this, it's like they don't even, like, do you wonder what they would be like if their games did have an ending to them without the concept of this is a never-ending thing that I can just do forever?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking. I have no idea.
There, right? To that, for sure.
Because like Mario Brothers, you get addicted to beating.
You knew there was an end, so you'd keep trying to beat it. So he gave you this goal to go for.
What's the difference? They're both addicting.
Well, because once you beat Mario Brothers, I don't think you're addicted to starting over and beating it infinite. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't
yeah,
that
you
kid.
Get
there
the
are
scores.
There are
stuff.
kids that do that. I wasn't that kid. I was the kid.
Or you move on to the next game.
If I beat Altered Beast, but I think what he's saying is like if you beat Mario Brothers, you beat Altered Beast. I'm using games that I would have had as a kid. You beat Mortal Kombat. then yeah, you want that next game, but then you're not shackled to like this game that's like in this world where it's like, I'm never leaving because this place is never ending. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I could see that. We had a buddy that I think did that with World of Warcraft, and it did not end up very well.
Oh yeah,
for
people
him
get
at all
addicted
because
to these things.
Well, he got in there, and I think it was easier for him to control the world surrounding him, this never-ending wizardry world, than it was the real problems that he had in his own life, and that's when it got real bad.
Like I'm on, like you know how it's like you catch your kid smoking and you force them to smoke a pack of cigarettes.
I always wanted that to happen when I was a kid,
but
that did happen.
I never smoked.
Me and Crystal have talked like, what if we let Tommy and Max decide how long they wanted to play Minecraft? And how long? No, I know.
When would they burn out?
But I'm like, saying, could they actually stop? And I'm like, I don't think they would.
No,
like,
they
I think they would play this crazy.
It is case by case, and you are. See, I told you you're doing better than you even think you are. Andrea tried that with Maisie with Animal Crossing, and it worked.
They get sick of it,
but it's all case by case. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it doesn't, and it's a different game. It's not. Yeah. I don't think that game ticked the same boxes that Minecraft does on your boys because, like, I've talked to your boys and they're really into it.
They want Animal Crossing too, and that's kind of the similar thing, but it is case by case. Some people have more, they get more addicted. I'm worried that I gave my son some sort of addictive gene, like.
At least you didn't give him a temper like I did to mine.
So it's like, I don't know if I need to be concerned about that. I don't know.
It's an interesting thing to talk about.
Just giving them an hour a day, which I don't even know if that's the right thing or, what the hell the damn norm is.
I think it's fine. Norm McDonald.
All right, bye-bye.
Welcome to another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. And the smell that is coming out of the bathroom...
Oh yeah,
it's real bad, and there will be punishment. Something's gonna have to be.
I'm sorry,
done.
Sam. You were like, I hope he's not doing it in there, and then
he was fast though. I didn't think he did, and then as soon as I opened the door, I was like,
then he ran in here. He's like, oh, she's in there.
He's like, oh god, he's like, I've been trapped inside a Tire Kingdom for 3 hours. And, yeah, he's in there. Oh, he's in there, and all the eight were.
Why did you poop in Tire Kingdom?
Yeah,
why'd you come here?
They deserve it.
Our next guest would never poop at a Tire Kingdom. And that's a Dan Dennis promise. I'm gonna let you introduce her.
Well, let's we'll hit the intro.
Yeah, we gotta hit the thing.
There's a thing we do.
Yeah, we gotta do the thing with the thing. All right, here is let's do this thing. Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Don't poop at a Tire Kingdom. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. These magazines are really old. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
The argument couldn't be, I didn't want to poop in the Tire Kingdom because that's embarrassing, or I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because you would get more embarrassed pooping here because we're telling thousands of people.
Yeah. You know, and we tell everybody that our producer went in there just to, get herself ready for the next interview we have. And it was so disgusting that she came running out screaming.
So that tells me he's doing it on purpose.
He is doing it on purpose.
And it's a personal attack.
And why? And I thought we had Bracken, the electrician.
It broke or something because
now
it's shooting the dude.
Well, he didn't turn the fan on.
Oh, why did you turn the fan on?
Do you just like to be hot in there?
This is a personal attack.
Yeah, this is a personal attack.
On the line with us right now, Nancy. How you doing, Nancy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
How's your poop?
I'm fine, but our sales guy,
this guy,
it's real bad.
You don't need a sales guy, do you? Yeah. Like preferably one that can't poop at Tire Kingdom.
So Nancy, first, Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by Streamline Florida. Streamline Mortgage Solutions. Refinance your house. Do it now because the rates are going to go up. It seems like.
Yeah.
So do it now while you have a
Do
lot
it
of
now
equity.
while you still are alive.
So Nancy, what is your weird job?
Well, I am a burp artist. I make artisan burp videos on YouTube and Patreon, and I have patrons who pay a monthly fee. There's different tiers, so different kinds of content that they get. But at the end of the day, it's just videos of me burping. And there seems to be a market for it because I'm making hundreds of bucks each month.
That's the dopest thing I've ever
It
heard.
is great.
You
Burp
win.
artist.
We can never do better.
Right?
This is the greatest thing. I mean, she wins. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Burp artist may be the
That's so
greatest
dope.
weird job we've ever had. All right, so Nancy, let's rewind a
And
little
we've
bit.
had like pediatric surgeons on here. I mean, people that save children's lives, and I still put you top tier.
So, how did this even come about? How did you even figure
How'd
out
you get in the burping industry?
Yeah.
that people like this?
Yeah, it was really random, but at the same time, in hindsight, it makes perfect sense. Back in the summer last year, one of my friends, Mike Kelly, reached out to me and he wanted to start an ASMR channel. So I show up to his apartment and we're both actual producers and video makers, content creators. So we knew what we were doing in terms of making a high quality video. But we just wanted to make some ASMR. And I think I was like smoking a joint during the video and I just had this like burp inside me that I just released. And they thought it was funny. They kept it in the video. And when the video went out, the burp was like the most popular element to it. People were just watching it because I was burp talking, where I can like talk while I'm burping. And I guess no one had, like a lot of people just hadn't seen that thing before. So the ASMR video quickly picked up traction and all the comments on the YouTube videos were like, more burps, please, more burps. So then Mike and I talked and we were like, let's just lean into this. Let's just be really, really weird about it and see what people say or do. And if everyone hates it, then, you know, all publicity is good publicity. Maybe it helps us out in other ways.
Sure.
And we just tried it out and people really vibed with it for some reason.
Yo,
I think we're
dog,
gonna
I'm
take
really
a little bit of
vibing
a-
with your burps. I like
yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah,
You're really
I like
vibing with the belches.
Yeah,
Now-
I like it.
Nancy, do you think it has anything? Okay, because like my Uncle Carl did this on a camping trip where he burped the ABCs, and as a kid, we were all like, "Oh my God, Uncle Carl can burp the ABCs."
And you loved him, didn't you?
Yeah, well, but he's also, you know, my Uncle Carl mustache, typical Florida guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, overweight a little bit. You know that. And Nancy, you, I don't know how old you are, but you're a good-looking young lady.
All right, now
What?
here we
I'm really
go.
sorry. I'm really sorry.
I don't know. I said it the most uncreepy way.
Why no, you did. You're like, Nancy.
Check out our Patreon.
Nancy, you got a nice set of getaway sticks there.
Getaway sticks.
Yeah, you're a pretty sharp-looking dame, and what are you doing, man?
You
We have
didn't-
a-
you
we have
didn't-
a-
I'm just trying to say that
we have
maybe
a
it has a
burp
difference.
artist.
Maybe it makes a difference that that she's a girl and young and good looking, and people like the
Over Uncle Carl.
Yeah, well, there's just used to burping usually comes from big fat guys, right?
right.
Like that's
there's
and
a
then-
reason there's a porn channel called Cake Fart. I get what you're saying.
And there's not big fat Uncle Carl sitting on the cake. You know, this young girl. You know what I'm saying? So, do you is that play into it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's definitely a fetish element to it. I get so many DMs and emails and messages to my private Facebook, and you wouldn't believe like the quote unquote fan mail I get from people that have like really intense burp fetishes. And it's nothing like, they don't creep me out. Everyone's very polite and nice, but it's just the volume of them is so like alarming to me. I get people that are like, I will spend all the money in the world to fly to New York just for you to burp in my face. Like, please, what will it take? And I honestly have no answer for them because I'm just not ready for that yet. I think that's like,
I'll do it.
I would totally do it someday, maybe.
I'll
but
burp,
not
I'll
right
fart,
now.
I'll do anything on anybody. What do you need? What do they need?
You can come to my house, my backyard. You know?
I'll let anybody in my family. What do you want?
But yes, I can understand. Like you're like, the videos are fine, but you start getting
Keeps
into
distance there.
meeting
Yeah.
the people.
And then with a pandemic, the burp in the face thing, through a mask, a piece of
Let's
plexiglass.
wait, a year or two. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, before we straight up open them up.
Yeah,
I also just want to I really do see it as like a weird performance art thing that I'm just kind of doing for fun. And so I do want to make more videos and get better at it. And I'm kind of just using the money I'm making off of Patreon to, pay an editor to make the videos look really nice and to bring in some props and other actors.
Sure.
So
where can people find
a little bit of a creative turn?
Where can people find your belching videos just to make sure you get a good plug? Because our chat room is freaking out with a bunch of disgustos that want to go over there.
You can go on YouTube and type in Nancy Verbs. So it's youtube.com/NANCYVERBS. Or just Google Nancy Pop videos.
There you go.
Burp yoga. Burp yoga is the most popular one. I think it has 15,000 hits, but it's just belching and yoga and belching.
Now, have you ever dabbled and said that the burping is good, but maybe I want to branch into more farting,
Farts.
or is farts a little too? Because I would think the burp far more innocent than the fart.
Yeah, it's definitely like a tiptoe on a fine line that I'm walking right now. I do get a lot of requests for farts. I'm not able to control my flatulence. I'm only able to control my esophagus.
Yeah, mine just comes out whenever it wants. like an old lady with too many hemorrhoids that had the surgery and lost control.
So I got a bunch of questions here because this is fascinating.
This is the best thing we've ever.
So let's talk about burping. So has this been a talent you've always had because I think everybody understands where...
You're not going to ask her for a freebie, are you?
No, that's coming.
She makes your money, bro. You can't be doing that.
Well, there's a sample.
Oh, hey, Banksy, whip me up something.
But what I'm saying is you inhale the air into your throat and then burp it out, correct?
Yes.
Whoa! God.
That was better than the Mo drop. You just scared the hell out of Dan.
Almost blew my sample.
Okay, I pardon, Sam. I thought we were. I don't know what to say to that. That was excellent.
Fantastic.
That was way beyond where I thought you were going to go. I thought you were just going to lay a little toot out here, a little how you doing. That was and it was so precise and controlled. I swear to God.
Because you almost, some people, I
would pay for that. I'm not into it, but if I were, I would pay for that. Okay, now I see why they're into it.
Because I can inhale into my, I'm going to do it. Yeah, but I have to.
Mine sounds like a frog.
You guys are terrible.
Yeah, mine was like a frog. Hers was like the equivalent of Pavarotti going up there and
yeah. So, how are you able to do it with such vigor?
Excuse me.
Well, I've always been able to do this. I discovered that I could do this when I was a kid, and I think I must have been 8 or 9 years old. I talk about it. I started a series actually on Patreon called Master Gas, kind of like Master Class, where I teach people how to do it.
Love it.
And on it, I talk about the first time I had done it, which was at my aunt's house. I had eaten a Reuben sandwich, and I just let out this huge burp, and I kind of could tell the mechanical parts of my body that were able to do it. So then I just kind of would, mess around with my mom just to gross her out. I would just keep doing it, and she was like, "Please don't ever do this. Don't ever let anyone know that you can do this."
Oh my God, it's just like the show Invincible. Don't share your superpowers with people.
I know.
You got to keep them hidden.
I just remember when COVID started and, everyone got unemployed and got laid off, people started making OnlyFans. And I was like, oh, I want to make an OnlyFans. It seems like a way to make some easy money. And then I was like, no, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. I know I got some other tricks up my sleeve. And then when this came around, I was like, this is kind of like my version of OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can burp and you don't have to pull your underwear through your leg holes.
They do that for free.
Tom's been watching these teen girls, old teens.
No.
They're old
teens.
They're old teens.
On TikTok. Hold on. Nancy, you've seen that before. The pull your underwear out your leg hole.
What's a leg hole?
I mean, of your shorts.
She hasn't seen it.
No one's seen it, Tom. Just you.
How can no one have that? It's all
He's
over.
the only one that's seen it. Apparently,
it's all over my thing.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it's all over your thing. All right.
How can I? Butler, you've seen it. Yeah, no,
He
He
doesn't
ain't
for
gonna help you, man. You guys are at war right now.
Yeah,
You're gonna end up
we are
firing
at
him this
war.
month. You better prepare. It's happening. He's gonna fire Butler this month. It's happening this
Oh,
month.
man.
So Nancy, as far as the videos go and the Patreon videos, do you have to come out with a new content and new like situations? Do you have how creative do you have to make them for your Patreon
great
followers? Or do you just give them the standard burp in the kitchen, like you
Yeah.
move locations, or is
Yeah,
it like
you give him the Tuesday lunchtime? You give him
You
the
know,
Wednesday afternoon delight?
you mentioned props? Is there food involved? Tell us about
yeah, a megaphone.
what do people like the most?
Yeah, sure. Well, on the Patreon, I mainly share the extended cuts of the YouTube videos because there's a lot more. There's probably an hour's worth of burps in the extended cuts,
Oh.
and then what ends up getting onto YouTube is only about 3 to 5 minutes.
That's a value.
So I do the extended cuts, and then I also the Master Gas goes on Patreon. There's a promo for Master Gas on our YouTube channel, so people can see what it's about. But
Lovely.
otherwise, you have to pay to subscribe to see the rest of it. And then other than that, I'm gonna get into live streaming the recordings, I think, so people can actually be more interactive with us. And maybe we get some more suggestions from people that way. But I do get a lot of requests for personal videos, and I will say the personal videos, those are obviously like the fetish element, and that's more people just like, can you just burp in your swimsuit for 5 minutes straight and I'll pay you $400 for it? And at that point I'm like, yes, I will happily sit here in my bikini for 5 minutes and belch for $400. It's like, you don't got to tell
Write
me
that
twice.
down. Hold on. I got 400 red hot. Red hot.
See, Sam, I didn't say nothing, and Daniel said it.
Said what? She said that she put that out there into the universe. I mean, I'm sure she's got a waiting list.
So, Nancy, that kind of leads me to my next question. Do you think it's when someone asks you, all right, can you burp in the bikini? They're adding the bikini part to it for a reason, but if they didn't say burping, they just said, can you send me a video of a bikini? Would you do that as well? Or is you're like, no, I am
What are you
burping.
doing?
No, I'm just saying, like, imagine that.
Yeah, well, you gotta
I
be
don't
on
know.
brand.
Because, yeah.
I got to burp to
Yeah.
do it. Otherwise,
Then it's-
unless it's like an acting gig or a modeling gig, that's like a legitimate thing. I'm going to do it while burping.
Yeah, then you cross into something
admire
different,
that.
right?
I admire that.
Now,
You gotta stick
And
to
it
your
becomes
burps.
a bit more like legit towards my career and less about this performance art venture.
yes. Now, is there a way that you market this, or do people find
Put it on
you?
Fiverr,
Like, is there?
like everybody else, right?
Because I in the social media influencer world, we've talked to a lot of influencers, and it seems like they've adopted a marketing scheme of just going on each other's
They
channels
collaborate, yeah.
and collaborate with each other, and that's how they, gain more followers. So do you collaborate with other people in this style of entertainment?
I'd like to get more people to do the videos with me. I'd like to get some other weirdly talented folks as well. We just shot the latest video a few days ago, and that one actually is the first one that has actual actors in it. But, collaborating with other YouTubers would be cool. We just haven't done it yet.
I think it
So-
would be nice to do a series of prank videos where you
Totally.
where you are seated somewhere fancy and dressed to the nines, right, and enjoying like this.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very
This got impractical
jokes
jokes.
written all
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then she's just in this gown. I imagine just millions of dollars in jewelry,
And scream burping.
and she's
yeah.
just cranking out blammers
yeah.
and wrecking the whole. I'd
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'd watch that.
I'm going to let you know when that comes out because that sounds really good.
Yeah, that
No,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
phenomenal.
So let's go back.
Everybody in the Twitch chat wants her to be at our next event.
What about a live concert? That's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Would you be willing, if we did an event, could we hire you with like to come and do like maybe 5 minutes? You don't have to bring the bikini. I
Yeah.
mean, unless you want to make 400 and then just burp all into the mic, like that would be great.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I've never done a live
Dude.
live rendition of these. I mean, when I went back for Christmas to my parents' house, they were having a little Christmas party, and all of my mom's friends were like, "So what are you doing these days? Your mom tells us you're being really creative." and I would just belch right then and there, and they'll be like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "That's what I'm doing now. I'm just burp for a living."
You're my favorite guest we've ever had on the show.
That sounds like fun.
You are like a ballsy woman doing what you want. You're just burp crazy. One of my favorite guests we've ever had. I love it.
Nancy, I was going to ask you that question because your parents or maybe even grandparents, your family, like there was a time that I remember. I'm older than you.
I'm still embarrassed to tell people we're podcasting.
Yeah, well, I was in radio, and then we started doing podcasting, and then I just had to tell my family it's still in radio. They didn't understand it, so to make it easy on them, I'm like, it's just like radio, whatever.
Yeah.
Like because they didn't understand. They're like,
do you
what?
just say influencer?
So
or?
how do like have you had trouble explaining this to them, and then you just say like I'm just on social media, I'm making money, like
I'm just flapping my gums.
Yeah. Well, my mom, so she was originally the person that was like, don't ever do this in public, Now she's the number one fan. She's going around to her friends' parties and mixers and showing everyone the videos, and it's a little embarrassing.
This is Nancy's latest blammer, and it's so loud. It's so loud. It scares this infant child.
Yes. And then my dad, he's a bit more reserved about it. He just, in his mind, he's like, I can't believe you went to theater school and got a whole degree in acting just so you could burp on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, this is just the beginning of it all. You're not even really seeing the long-term picture, You got to do something in the beginning to just get something going. So
yeah, I agree.
I think he's holding out. He has a little bit of faith in me left, but he's totally grossed out by it. Thinks it's really fucking stupid.
Yeah. I gotta as a dad, if my son's, although I kind of am closer to the world, so
a little bit like my daughter, which I would be proud if Maisie became a badass independent burp woman. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you to my daughter to see if I can get her burping crazy.
Nancy, I know that I've seen like Guinness Book of World Record competitions where like loudest decibel burp. Usually this is more of a 90s thing, but it's something. And like, have you ever measured the decibels of your burp?
Yeah, do you know the range of your powers?
Can you is it higher than the normal person by a lot? I mean, have you heard my God, you do this on a scale?
We need to get her on sports science.
Are there other people, other professional burpers that are
maybe they
better?
reached out to you.
Can you make it louder? Can you train? And also,
how many questions you gonna ask?
I feel like you're just screaming. now,
Let her pick one.
What's happening right here, Nancy, is you're hearing Tom.
He's rambling.
His business mind of how can I make money with a burp lady. He's just spiraling out of control.
Sorry. So one of those, please.
So yeah, it's funny you mentioned the decibel thing because I think my biggest online fan right now messages me every week, at least 3 times a week, asking if I've measured the decibels yet. I got so taken aback by the question because I still don't really know what it means. But he sends me this app to download, and he's like, "Please measure the decibels. I would just like to know for my own self." I haven't measured them yet. I've been really busy, but. What was the other questions?
I don't remember, Nancy.
You're doing fine. This guy just barfs out questions like he burps his questions.
Yeah.
Are there different style burps, or like the one you did for us?
That one was crazy.
Which we've termed the blammer, which is the loud, instant.
It's like the 1-inch punch. It's like,
yeah. It's like that gun on the side of the helicopters where it just the minigun where it's like
it just tears you in half.
And
do you have different styles?
Yeah.
Do you have
I do, yeah. I have there's a few different ones. I've put them mostly on the master gas, but the ones that kind of they wheeze out a bit, and then the bigger ones, the quick short ones, the smaller ones, the softer ones. There's definitely a way to train yourself to what's the word? Personalize, customize.
You sound like the Predator a little. Like I could see where maybe through manipulation, because I just watched a documentary on the guy that does the voice for the Predator. You could quite possibly start doing animal noises for cartoons
like
and
sound
stuff,
effects,
right?
yeah.
Do you ever do any? I mean, you're an actress, right? I mean, this would be easy for you.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Somebody who's listening, hit me up about that.
Well, I might need some burped liners for corporate time.
You
Tom.
got to do the mo.
Yeah,
You got to hire her for the mo.
We need to get
yeah.
a live mo. I think Mo'd be down for that too.
Nancy, now you already told us about like a little bit of how much money you're making. So is this enough to be full time in the future? Like, could this keep on getting to a point where this is all you do, or is this a way to supplement some income until your next endeavor?
Yeah, I think if I actually dedicated myself full time to this, I could probably make it a full time income in a month. I think if I really, like in the beginning, I was super into it. We were making videos every week. But, after a while, you want to make them better. So you want to take a little bit more time making them. You want to also focus on the other stuff you're doing. But if I actually sat down and just focused on this for a month, I could get my numbers really high. I have no doubt about that. I just haven't taken the plunge yet. I'm working as a producer right now for a few different places. I'm freelancing, and I've been enjoying everything else I'm doing too. So I like having a bunch of different things that I work on, but definitely would like to turn this into a more active thing in my schedule.
Love it.
And in my wallet.
So cool, man.
Is there any, like, have you ever heard from any of your followers that maybe a doctor or some sort of ear, nose, and throat doctor that's like, hey, too much burping could actually have some negative consequence down the
harm you.
Like the vibration, or you're shaking your uvula too much, something, or your vocal cords, or like,
Are you harming yourself at all by doing this?
Or is it totally safe?
I did Google this. There have been no long-term studies done on the effects of chronic belching, surprisingly. But my dad is the only one who's brought up if it's healthy for me. Everyone else is like, don't see what the problem is. You should be okay. But as far as people reaching out to me about it, what I found interesting, I've been getting emails from people all around the world, and there's this professor, I forget which university. It's like the University of Denmark or Scandinavia or Germany or something. And he reached out to me. He's an economics professor. And he was like, wow, I don't know how I found these videos, but then I started looking at your films and your other stuff that you do. And it's like incredibly entrepreneurial. I'd love to, if you're ever in this country, take you out for a coffee and just hear more about your mind. And I was like, oh, that's quite flattering. Like, thank you for that. You know? But like, nothing about the concern for my health. I think people don't care.
Next time you're in this my country, come on by my house. I'll take you out to coffee for coffee.
Just bring your bikini. I'll bring the 400 and have the microphone ready to go, and we'll be Burp City.
Decibels measured.
Yeah, there you go. This has been our best weird job we've ever done.
Great.
I can't thank you enough for the time.
So Nancy, let's plug your YouTube video and how people can sign up to your Patreon if they want to be interested and want to do that. And then we have to end on the loudest blammer you can, because I think it's that one you gave us.
Startling,
crazy.
Yeah, where can people find you?
They can find me on YouTube at Nancy Verbs, Patreon Nancy Verbs. On Instagram, I'm at Pantcynop. PANCYNOP. And let me see.
My God,
That is impressive.
I could hear the air that you
I
swallow.
felt like I felt it on me. Like I feel it.
I can smell it. You guys are lucky.
Oh my God, you are amazing.
Yeah.
You're my dream woman. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Nancy.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Oh
See ya.
yeah, thank you.
Bye. Yeah, go to nancymPop.com and it has links to all her stuff. She's also, she's an actress, writer, and filmmaker, and she does burping art on the side.
Yeah.
She's rad.
She is awesome.
Yeah, and like so confident and doesn't care and pretty and just like doing her
Where
thing.
did we
and
find her from?
She actually was referenced to us from last week's Weird Job. Brett, the wedding videographer, he hooked me up with her.
No, really?
Yeah.
He was a good sport because we knocked him around
I
pretty
know.
good. And then he was like, he was such a sweet man.
So
Thank you, dude.
I think she's out in Cali, dude.
is she?
Yeah.
She mentioned.
She's got that look about her that you could tell that she's smarty pants.
Yeah.
Intimidating.
I also
Like,
don't want to
you're
get
very-
too crazy, because I always could tell if they're not listener. Then I'm like, rein it back, because you don't want to be too.
Well, if I look at them and they're in any way like normal, I'm like, they don't work. I need to see like a little bit of like a something off.
Yeah, like
yeah, a little chungy.
Yeah,
like chunky, ghoul eye,
yeah,
something.
I need some ghoul eyes.
Yeah.
There was a thing they used to do. There was a show that I loved called Tom Goes to the Mayor that was kind of a precursor to Tim and Eric's show that they
Okay.
put out years ago. And for whatever reason, if there are background people in the show, they would have the artist go and Photoshop everybody's eyeballs just a little weird, extend all the features of everybody just to make everybody look a little more gross and creaturey. And I loved it. I loved it. Everybody looked like a weirdo, and I loved it.
I wonder how much, like, she did mention, and this is when it comes, like, I didn't want to get into this with her on the line because I don't want to be disrespectful.
I thought you asked your question about would you just do this in a bikini pretty well.
But how much of this whole thing is these people wanting to see her because she's good looking? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah. Like, but there's a burp element involved. You know that
her memberships on her Patreon start at $5 a month. Then that's called Popstar. Then the Popstar Deluxe is $15 a month, and then the Popstar Supreme's $45 a month. I gotta start. Oh yeah, she's got a little burp yoga video down here. Yeah, she's hot, dude. Like she was. I mean, not that she wasn't in the video we just chatted with her, but she was kind of lounging.
Yeah.
And the yoga videos, she said that makes the most money, and I can see why.
Sure, because there's a mound. You're not looking at just the burp. You're looking at the mound. Why do people like yoga pants? This is the mound.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I cannot.
The internet will flesh out or flush out the truth, if ever you want to say it, because
write that down. The internet will flesh out the truth.
Well, because eventually you start doing these videos and you're like, wow, the burp video with me in a bikini poolside got the most, like, the biggest.
Right.
So they want more of that. It's like
then you have a choice to make.
The group of, because I feel like the internet, it started with porn, right? And it's the most popular. I think it's the most strong human instinct globally, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so everything in every department will skew that direction, right?
I think so.
And there's no way around it.
I mean,
because
why
it's
sex sells
human
is a
beings,
phrase
right?
that and it'll ebb and flow. And
but it'll always go towards that direction because we're humans, right?
I think so. Yeah.
But it's interesting that the internet and we live in a world where you can monetize and do your own business no matter what. Yeah, it is great. But I wonder how many people are just making small amounts, because we only hear about the
big boys,
the Jake Pauls, and the people making millions, and you're like, oh, but there's
I'm sure thousands of people do it as like a part-time,
and they're making
like traveling Robert,
$1,000 a
right?
month. Yeah.
I mean, and he was able to just in the last couple of years get full blown where he can do it full time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's rich, but he's independent. Some people don't want if you're like Jake Paul or Logan Paul, I mean, there is a certain level of shackle right there that you have because you're so big now.
If you're okay, how many people are making money off Patreon or OnlyFans or whatever? What do you think the percentage is that it has nothing to do with anything? I want to say sexual, but like anything to do with the sexual component.
How they look, aesthetics.
Yeah,
like just purely on information. Ooh,
you think? I mean, percentage-wise.
Well, there's a good decent amount of people that are funny and look funny and do like comedy videos. So that would probably skew higher, right?
I'm talking about people that pay monthly for a personal membership.
Oh, you mean like normal people, and you're paying like an OnlyFans to just get purely information?
Yeah.
Well, our BDMs do that.
Yes, yeah. No, I mean, there's huge. I'm talking about, is it 50-50?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
way.
I doubt it.
Is it
No
80-20? I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Sounds closer.
Just percentage-wise. And then it's like, man,
I don't know though, because now that I'm thinking about it, there's tons of like
podcasts,
comedians.
Yeah,
it might be 50-50 at this point.
But do people? Okay,
I guess it depends on what platform, because OnlyFans will probably be way more sexual, and then Patreon.
I think you're wrong, dude.
No?
I think that's what everyone thinks about. But if you go on OnlyFans, there's you can learn from a chef how to cook specific meals. I mean, there's gardening. There's all kinds of stuff that are educational on OnlyFans.
I'm
too.
old enough to know that OnlyFans was started by women that wanted to show the mound. So I am not that guy. Now maybe new whippersnappers might be like, oh yeah, OnlyFans. It's the way I get my education. I'm not that guy.
Yeah. Well, it's a stereotype, you know, and who knows?
Like it will always sound until they change the name. OnlyFans to me will be, oh yeah, I can give money directly to this lady.
Because that's how we have learned it.
Yes.
Because we learned it with like porn stars and people like made their living. They transitioned from the industry and getting paid by production companies to do it themselves. And that's where it became popularized. And I'm sure they've been trying to change that stigma to get it out to a broader audience.
Well, you only have a couple of choices, right? You can either go, this is what we're going to do and we're going to cater to sex workers, or we're going to broaden it up, and they wanted to broaden it up. So.
Yeah. It's like why Twitch doesn't allow you to do just inherently, like, unless they do, I don't know. Like, they don't let you just stand there and jump rope with a bikini on.
No. But, it gets closer because, like, there's a girl in the mornings when I get here, and I'm setting everything up, and I'll go and I'll fire up the computer. And the first girl, and so I guess I have a creepy algorithm.
What do you guys watch?
The first girl that comes up is some girl who just plays video games floating in a hot tub. Have you seen her?
No, I've never seen that.
And she's like a redhead, and it's in a bikini, and it's like, I know why people are watching it. It's not like, let me get some Mario tips. You're not.
Yeah, but you can promote your OnlyFans on TikTok, which is
sure, and that's worthwhile.
Free promotion.
Yeah, and good for her for doing it. But I just see it in the mornings, and I'm like, well,
because
I'll leave that on while I'm setting up.
Like, imagine if you just you had a very good body, you worked out a lot, and you were like, I'm going to get a broad audience by Twitch playing bikini, and then all like, and
I have no problem with that.
All like these perverted, you say perverted, but all these people are like, hey, I'll pay you $500 for this video of this, and you're like, okay, like
It's a business transaction.
Yeah, it's just like Cameo.
And then you're like, I want to, you start. It's an old radio thing. I was sitting on a basketball. We used to do this with Tiffany, and it was the.
Except these women are willingly signing up to do
Correct.
this. Yeah.
That's iHeart's fault.
And they make their own money.
There's
Sue
a
them.
statute of limitations
I was
on
just
that.
saying the jokes.
I think I had chickenpox during all of that.
But then it's like, really, there's the money's endless, and you could make so much if you're willing to do that, and you're fine. You know what I'm saying? And it's
right.
You're at an arm's length from
it's
anybody.
Whatever you're
you can
comfortable with, right?
Totally private. No one knows where you live or anything.
Yeah.
It is like,
Now, the new one that I've started seeing, and this is all because of the pandemic, and it has changed basically the way that people make money. The new one now is because people are blending their real lives with their OnlyFans lives, and they were having to do this because I believe COVID. You see a lot of the couples that now have like Pornhub and OnlyFans accounts where they don't film their faces, where they have good bodies and they're really attractive people, but you get them like performing together. But
they blur out the face?
Or you can wear a mask.
They just cut
you
over
get creative.
it. They cut it out. And that's like a thing.
Yeah, because
when I see that, I give it a thumbs down.
No.
You got to be brave. You got to show your face. Show your face, you cowards.
That's your old school.
I'm old school. Show me your face, you cowards.
I bet you there will be like my sons.
There are people that can't have sex if
who
they
wants
see
to
your
see
face.
the face? I'd be like, in the 70s.
Put on your effing bag.
They used to do a close up on the guy's face
all the time. All the time.
And
nobody
mustache.
And nobody wanted it, but it was just in there all the time.
There's going to be a series of kids that cannot make babies unless you put on your effing bag and cover the face. So I pretend like I'm watching the old
because
the head chopped off Pornhub.
Because that's what do they cover their tattoos?
No. They literally you can see their chins and their bodies.
They might not have any tattoos.
And they just do. If you look hard enough, you'll find them. But they choose to just keep their faces out of it.
Yeah.
Because you can
that would
tell
be my thing. The tattoos.
They're blending between their real life. They're probably doing this full time. But they do love having a little bit of that anonymity.
Well, if you can make the same amount of money and not have to show your face, so you don't have that stigma of like people finding it and seeing your face,
and judging you,
and then and then who knows, your life change in the future. Like I have recently, now that Max and Tommy are into YouTube and things like that, I'm like, they'll eventually stumble upon some embarrassing video of me, in some sort of, lots of
Yeah.
Taking your
embarrassing.
panties off through your leg hole.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's
it
only if their
matters.
algorithm's creepy.
I don't think it matters because they know me, so like it would just be again like I don't.
Maisie
think they care.
accidentally found the video of me putting powder in my behind and farting it out
Oh no.
Where did you find that?
on my phone.
Oh,
I deleted it. It's never to be found again. I wish I hadn't deleted. I was mad after I deleted it, but I can't take the chance anymore.
That's more of a joke. That stupid.
Yeah,
joke
but there's
there.
other stuff on there too because I do a lot of funny Photoshop with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of bad things on there.
So anyway, it's like, hey, in the future, no one will have like an actual video of my face and pornography or whatever. But yeah.
That got really sad.
The hell?
No, I'm saying like it like that's why you could
Yeah,
cover
that's
your
why
face.
you cut it out. Because eventually you're heading that way. Everybody's heading that way.
So, although I did hear some theory from someone one time that there was like, when do you think all the hey, you're canceled from saying this in the past will stop or slow down? And then their theory was that as soon as we get to a place in our society where everybody has videos of themselves on the internet from like day one because they were born at a certain time, like, you're born in 2010, and so you've been putting videos out at your whole life, so everybody has
probably even before you were born, right? Because your mom's probably posting pregnancy photos and videos.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you're a teenager and you're putting videos out there on your social and stuff where like the most teens have videos of themselves and embarrassing stuff or proof that they've done something or said something stupid. Once everybody has it, then they said they're like, it'll probably
That's
stop.
interesting.
Because
I never thought about that.
everybody's going to have some embarrassing thing they've said. Everybody's going to have something they wish they wouldn't have done on the internet.
Create some sort of homeostasis?
It'll create, it would be like, of course, well, hey, this politician did this or said this when they were a teenager on
so
TikTok.
It's a ginormous cultural shift at that point.
Because think about it. How many politicians are we going to have in Congress that are going to have
a lot currently?
TikTok videos of them taking their panties off through the leg holes, right?
Yeah,
like
that's a thing.
when a bunch of them, then it becomes not
Enough.
an issue, nothing, right?
Never thought about that.
So, and that made sense to me. It's like, when everybody has something embarrassing on the internet, then it's fine because it's like, of course they do. They were 13 or they were 19. They were doing something stupid. Everybody has that,
Right, right.
But now we, as a society, want to look at someone that put something on the 19 and be like, oh, how dare you? Even though when we were 19, we did way worse. But there was no social media.
No way.
Yeah. But imagine if they went back and they took a clip of something we did or said back when we were 19, and then.
Or it could actually maybe shift our society to not do that, right?
Or not post it.
Right.
What you mean, like just monitor and put up our own boundaries?
Maybe just grow and be better human beings.
But
well, that would happen with anything that's new, right? I mean, we have to look at this with like it's rocketing past, but that's a new technology, right?
but
it's not like that. We've had that TikTok influence for as
Right.
long as, you know what I mean? It's very, very tiny segment of time.
And society changes, so what people are doing on TikTok now could be
10
deemed
years from now, it'll be
inappropriate,
completely different,
just
yeah.
like it always is. And then so they'll look back and be like, "You took your panties off in TikTok? Like, how dare you?" Or "That's bad." Like, no one does that now, but in 2021, it was fine.
Yeah,
but
that is
when these
interesting.
people are teachers. 10 years from now, there's going to be videos of them on the internet somewhere taking their panties off through their shorts. You see what I'm saying? But all the teachers did it.
I still want to try that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm going to try it tonight. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a TikTok video of doing it. Do I blur my...
No, they don't have to blur anything because it's like
Well,
taking your bra off under your shirt. You don't see
No,
anything.
but I mean, like I wear tiny shorts, so it's a lot of... There's a lot of opening.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's also...
Yeah, I don't wear. What do they think? I'm wearing culottes, like down past my knees, like I'm selling Italian ice or something.
Bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. It's time to do the thing that nobody likes. Wait for it.
Jack! Nerds! Jack! Nerds! Jack! Nerds!
Jock, nerd, jock, nerd.
Jack!
It's Nerd Jock with EJ. How you doing, EJ?
Good. I really had a good time at the land cruise this weekend.
I heard
What
that
was your favorite part? Playing Pokemon the entire time and
Yes.
ignoring?
Dude, it was fantastic. There's 2 gyms right there at the Dr. Phillips Center, and there's like I want to say like 5 Pokestops within range.
It's an insult to
And-
health that they call those gyms.
Well, my favorite part was listening to the steel drums guy. Me and my wife love the steel drums guy.
Rayvon.
Ravon.
Rayvon, yes.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
Did you like my acting when I was pretending the table's floating? Because that
I made my wife spit out her drink when I said that's when the Adderall kicked in, when you like really excited about the table lifting up.
Oh, so you're using our show to share a moment when
Well-
your wife thought you were funny?
Yeah.
I was going to explain this on the BDM show. I forgot.
If you're explaining you're losing, I have a video of me getting a cigarette knocked out of my my mouth while juggling where I look like, I look bad.
I thought it had to be over exaggerated because the audience was so far. I forgot the camera was zoomed in.
There's a
You know what I'm
camera
saying?
there.
Like, so
I think that's just for mimes,
it was
right?
the psychology, since everybody's so far away, is like no one can see my facial expression, so I have to be more
I
animated.
need novelty,
but then it looks like
huge masked teeth.
it looks
You know-
like crazy.
They had giant screens that showed your face.
Well,
Yes,
that's
we
it.
paid for
Yeah.
that. We paid for that. He bought those screens.
All right, EJ, what do you want to start with?
You know what? Let's start off with. Let's go with the bad news. You see that Joe Buck is gonna do the hosting of the Jeopardy, and he's in the running to like do it full time, which I think is the worst possible thing possible.
Now, you realize, EJ, this is probably just one gigantic publicity stunt
It's
by
all a
Jeopardy
ruse,
so
yeah.
that they can bring on Aaron Rodgers, and he's like, maybe I'll do this and on my part-time when I'm, on the
Yeah.
weekends, which is ridiculous. No quarterback nowadays takes time off to go do some other thing. Like they do
But
it.
he loves Jeopardy, though. Aaron Rodgers does love it. I could see them splitting between him and LeVar Burton. Like in the offseason, Aaron Rodgers does it, and during the season, LeVar
The
Burton does it. That would be good.
You understand? There is no off season anymore. Every quarterback trains every single day. And on
Well,
the,
how much longer do you think he's going to be there?
Yeah, he probably gets maybe 3 seasons tops.
I would ask him that. I mean, he's looking at Brady.
looks
Why
pretty
can't he
damn
do the
good.
same
Yeah,
thing? You know,
yeah,
like
I mean-
what does he get? I mean,
He was actually having a really good year, right?
Drew Brees had to retire because they broke every rib in his body.
Yeah.
He can't come back. Like I think after that, he was like, "Man, you're never gonna get back to where you've been really horribly injured." But if you can maintain your physique and your throwing motion and like train,
Yeah.
you can do the same thing Brady did. Brady's not a different kind of human. He just eats really well and trains all the time.
He's very disciplined. Sure.
And I don't know if Rodgers wants to do that same thing, but if he did, there would be no reason for me to believe he couldn't play into his early 40s, no problem. I mean, Brady, unless he gets hurt, could probably play to 45. He says he wants to.
He said
I believe
45,
him.
right? I think he wants 4 more years.
Yeah. When are you going to bench Brady? Like, he's not going to all of a sudden not be able to throw anymore, like from one day to the next.
Do you think it'll be, though, who's going to be the guy that does the Bobby Bowden where it gets to a point where you have to, like, you've
Force him
achieved
out.
so well. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you've earned the right to say, I know when I'm out of here. You don't know. You don't tell me.
Well, as soon as he loses, starts losing, they'll boot
It'll
him
be
out fast.
apparent.
It'll be
very
that's all it
apparent.
takes. It's the NFL's great about that. It's like they do not let you stay because of past achievements. As soon as you a little bit stink, you're out of there. They'll put your backup in. You know that, EJ. So,
Oh, yeah.
But out of everybody, we're gonna see like how long could you go, and I think it's probably way longer than we ever thought was possible.
How old is Aaron Rodgers?
He's not even that old. Like I
No.
mean, he's
Yeah, I
He's
think he's
younger.
like 34 maybe.
yeah. Like dude, he's like
37.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
got plenty of
He's
time.
getting up there. Okay.
So he could
He's
play.
got time.
He could play for
He loves
5 more
Jeopardy.
years.
It's a once, with Aaron Rodgers, it's a once in a lifetime to be the host of Jeopardy. I would give up because he's already won a Super Bowl. I would say being the host of Jeopardy would be a big deal because he loves it. It's one of his like favorite things other than being a quarterback for the Packers.
Do you know Aaron Rodgers personally? I doubt that very much.
Every interview he's talked about this. Like he was really excited to be on Celebrity Jeopardy and win it all.
He does know
he's
Shailene
like-
Woodley personally, though.
EJ, you understand you're saying something ridiculous. That Aaron Rodgers loves Jeopardy more than winning Super Bowls? Like,
Well,
how could that be possible?
Well, he's already done the Super Bowl thing.
So you're
That's what I'm
saying,
But-
so you're saying
He's
you
already
can see
achieved that
him
goal.
scrapping
Let's
his
go for his
NFL
next goal.
career.
Do you think these type of people think to themselves like, I already won that, I'm good, I can just chill now? Like,
Yeah,
these
he's
guys
not
are
that
tight.
guy.
These guys are obsessed with this. Like, Aaron Rodgers is obsessed with winning the Super Bowl, and I
agree.
They're never gonna be like, I did it all. I'm good. I'm just gonna
I'm
coast.
just gonna chill at home for a while.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll do that as much as he can. But I'm saying this is an opportunity that he would love to do. I think.
No, that him saying the Jeopardy thing was a slight at Green Bay and the organization because he knew that it would make
Because
news.
the drafting the quarterback last year.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
He's just screwing
It's just a
around.
bit. Well,
Yeah.
not even screwing around. I think it may be an actual riff. Like he was publicly
he
not
wasn't
happy
about that. No.
that they drafted Jordan Love, right? And
Yeah.
and then that was a thing that he was angry about because they didn't give him some weapon to try to
Yeah, no
actually win.
receivers or anything like that. Yeah.
So I think it's like one of those public. Hey, maybe I'll off season I'll be the host of Jeopardy as a slight because it makes
Yeah.
Green Bay look bad that your quarterback is
Yeah,
looking for
we're-
things to do in his part time.
Yeah, why is this guy looking for your loyalty? Shouldn't you have his back or
Yeah,
that kind of thing? What else you got?
The other thing I have is we're going to talk about Orlando City and how they went 0-0 tie against Atlanta on Saturday.
Yeah, not uncommon. I didn't get to watch much because of our event, but most of the
Yeah,
guys
how
that I
come
know.
you guys didn't go to the soccer game?
Well, we like to sit around and be mad for a very long
I
time.
kind of figured that. I'm like, you had plenty of time to do it. I think.
We like to. Well, it's just weird. Like when you actually accomplish something in your life, EJ, you'll understand that you don't like seeing it. You
and
got
by
to
the way-
micromanage it before you watch it fall apart.
We stood around there and tried to micromanage everything possible, and things still went wrong.
Yeah, so we probably won't do that again.
But
Yeah, but that wasn't your fault. The one thing that went wrong.
Yeah, well.
so I saw that 1-1 tie. I mean, at least you get a point out of it, and
Or
it's-
0-0 actually.
Was it
I'm
1-1?
sorry.
I thought it was 0-0.
Sorry,
Yeah,
0-0.
but still, it's still 1 point is what he means.
Yeah, you get a point
Yeah.
out of it, and it's not bad. You're still undefeated.
Yeah, it could be worse, and it's at home. That's what's important. You get a point at home.
You don't
Beginning
wanna-
of the season first game, better than losing your first game out. And I've been to a lot of those home openers that we lose. Been to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun at all.
No.
Okay,
no.
got to talk about Alex Smith retiring.
Yeah, that
You
was
see that?
that was interesting, and I saw a lot of the what other sports people were saying, and other stars were saying really nice things to him, and I think this is probably the best thing, right? This is good.
Yeah.
He did a great comeback.
Yeah.
It was amazing,
Well-
and now he can kind of take it easy. I think he's earned that.
And the writing was on the wall
Mm-hmm.
when they drafted Ryan Fitzpatrick. Obviously, it didn't make sense that he was just going to be a backup QB, because Ryan Fitzpatrick he's a veteran too. So it's like you don't need a veteran backup and a veteran starter. And man, like if you look at his story and what he came back from, and the fact that the one season he came back from, I know it was a little rough there. It was a rough go,
Phenomenal,
but
though.
you made the playoffs. I mean, it's basically almost the best story that you could possibly have. I mean, the only thing, maybe if he won a playoff game,
Right, but I think at that point you don't start looking for getting better. You just celebrate what you were able to achieve.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get to play the playoff game. If you remember, he was still too injured. Like he was barely holding on, which is crazy, but he did it. Like he rehabbed back from almost death
nuts.
and got to play in the NFL, and he took his team to the playoffs because his contributions did that.
That's pretty damn amazing.
And I think, is he going to go into media? Have you read about it?
I haven't read anything about him getting a broadcasting job or taking over for Joe Buck if he takes over Jeopardy or anything like that. I don't think so, but it's possible. He has such a good feel-good story that he probably should get a job doing that if he's good on the mic.
Although I never have seen
I've
him
never
that much
heard
on the
him.
mic, so
Yeah.
that leads me to think that he's not good.
Yeah.
Because the guys that are good, usually they put on the mic so you hear that they're good,
Yeah.
right? Like the Peyton Mannings, like you saw the guys who do commercials and things. That's a tell that they're good at being personable and
Yeah.
talking, right?
Yeah, where do you guys stand on, speaking of interviews and people being personable, where do you guys, either of you, stand on interviewing a head coach while play is happening on the sidelines during a game? Because it seems like that's a new thing that they're trying to implement in almost every sport, whether it be hockey, NFL, and especially in MLS soccer. And they interviewed, I was watching the Minnesota United game, and somebody that I know you and I really care about, Adrian Heath, is the head coach of Minnesota United. And they went to him to interview him while they were playing.
I don't like that.
And you know how focused
I don't like that. No.
You know how focused he is. And they were asking him these
bothering
questions.
him during the game.
And that's what Andrea kept saying. Andreas kept saying, like, he's getting mad. Look how mad he's getting. He was getting really, really mad. So they ask him the second question. He gets 2 questions. First one, then they answer. Second one, he answers. He takes off the thing and he throws. You could see they cut away fast because they knew he was mad, right?
Why would they do that?
We just went and handled our business that night. They lost 4-0. and we were like, can something like that, I'm not saying that's the only reason they got trounced, but it certainly doesn't help.
It throws off your rhythm.
It doesn't help your focus.
Probably.
But then there's a
Well,
part
what
of
are
me
the
that
coach
says,
doing?
then there's a part of me saying, well, no, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. Well, he just had to talk to some people.
Well, so the only reason they're doing this for MLS is because you can interview the coach because you couldn't do this for football. Or American football, because every play the coach wants to be involved in, and in soccer, they make adjustments during half, and but you're not yelling from the sidelines to change up. You know what I'm saying? So you're basically watching as a coach of the MLS a lot of the time,
and adjusting you adjust your lineup, your numbers, where you're going to put people, how you're going to adjust them. Are you going to drop back? Are you going to press?
But you make those adjustments during substitution times.
No, you make them throughout the game.
Okay, so are they constantly making adjustments?
Yes.
But besides from substitutions, what adjustments are they making? And are they yelling things to the sidelines, like drop back and stuff like
Positioning, yeah. And then telling guys to tell other guys to switch, change positions.
Because most of the time, in soccer coaches, they just look like they're standing there looking, right?
I mean,
when you see
they
them,
yell onto the field.
They yell all the time.
They are, but I would say, call me crazy. I think there might be a little more to it than that.
Oh,
Just
no.
standing on the sideline,
I know.
looking at the game.
But I'm saying, this is my
2 weeks, I can do that.
your dumb perception. No, I'm not saying any of this, but I'm just saying it seems like they have a lot, as far as sports, hockey coaches, and the same thing. It's like the players are adjusting real time, fast, and maybe there's tiny tweaks, but it looks like the coaches they're kind of following the game plan, but not really micromanaging all game time decisions.
To me, it seems
I think they
more,
micromanage all the time.
Yeah, to me, it seems more micromanaged than even the NFL. I mean, the NFL, your first whatever plays might just be scripted. You have your game plan going into it. You're not really, you're not going to switch it up. You already know which ones you want to go through because you worked on it that week, right?
Well, you're calling plays real time, so every play you're calling
But most of those are already in order, or no?
No.
Yeah,
I thought
maybe
they were.
your
With
first
American
drive.
Football, yeah.
Yeah, I always
they
thought
skipped
that
the
they
first
were
one,
always
yeah.
in order, and you just kind of. I didn't think that you were going. We're going to try this one now. I always thought that the scripted meant they had their order. So I always.
Yeah, usually they have the first 12 to 13 plays scripted out what they're going to do because they're setting up plays that they're going to call later in the game, like running into the boundary. You're setting up a play action later on in the game to do that. So
yeah, but
if I was a coach, I would pull the Marshawn Lynch and say, I'm only talking to you so I don't get fined. That's what I would do if I was a coach.
Well,
they probably can't do that.
Back to coaching football, you can't script because every play is going to have a different outcome, and if it's 3rd and 10, how are you going to run a scripted play?
They have scripted plays for 3rd and 10. It's a script that they have for down and distance. Like if it's first down and 10 or first down and 5, they'll run a certain play. That's part of the script. They have a script of 13 plays that they have to run the first 13 plays so they can set up plays later on in the game.
Well, someone's telling them which 3rd and 10 play to run, right? Like the coach,
yeah,
the offensive
that's
coordinator.
micromanaging every single play, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what else you got?
Okay, let's talk about Jake Paul. We got to talk about that, how that was definitely a dive that guy took, I think.
I mean, they have the
He
footage.
did get hit hard, but I think he could have took a couple more.
They had the footage of him laughing afterwards, right? Isn't that the thing that everybody's kind of
Ben Askren, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
this is what you were saying when we were kicking this around a couple of weeks ago or last week, right? That there's no way that Logan Paul would put himself, or Jake, would put himself in a position So you were right. I mean, you were 100% correct.
Did any of you see Pete Davidson's commentary before the match?
Oh yeah, everybody was
It
laughing.
was pretty
at him.
funny. He was trashing both of them in the locker rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was trashing the whole event. He was like, clearly this means nothing because they have me here and they have these two idiots fighting.
They
He's
probably
like,
told
he was
him to do it.
He was
Yeah.
saying
Oh, yeah.
Jake Paul was a complete POS, and he's like, at least we'll get to see someone get hurt.
This
like,
is wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
is
it-
this is.
yeah,
I'm
it
just
is.
serious.
You're
He's
right.
like this. He's like, this is how bad the boxing game has gotten. I'm like, oh my god.
This is a version of professional wrestling. It's just modified into some weird goofus
with
90s
more popular
Entertainment.
people.
You got to make it entertaining.
YouTube and what I after I saw the fight, I was like, all right.
Oh, did you get it or
No,
did
no,
you
no.
find a stream, or-
I just saw the outcome because I was checking to see. 'cause
I had a stream. I went to it and they shut it right down right as it started.
My initial
Oh.
theory was for sure Jake Paul wins this, but I thought they weren't gonna. I'm like, it's hard to fake a knockout, just because people can tell.
That was the one thing you were holding on to,
So-
so we didn't think that was going to happen. Right?
Yeah. But what I saw this is okay. It's not a fake, but this guy Ben Askren. Not only did he not have no interest
He
in
was
winning
really
or trying,
sloppy, right?
like in fact.
He looked like me in there.
When his
look
weigh-in happened, the odds changed, swung by plus 200.
Really?
Yeah, because I bet on that decision. It was plus 750.
Right.
It dropped to plus 500. It dropped 250. Just because everybody saw Ben Askren was fat and they started betting on Jake Paul. So what I
Jake
think
Paul's 3-0 now.
what I think happened is that there may not have been a clear-cut, in-writing decision to throw this fight, but I think it was apparent between Ben Askren and Jake Paul that Ben Askren was just going to go in there and
Maybe you don't put
let
it in
himself get punched in
You
the
know what I
face.
mean? Maybe you don't put it in writing because
Because there's too much paper trail.
you wouldn't want to do that.
It's just
You'd want to just do it.
it's like because
We've done these type of things before. It's easier to just ask for permission
So-
or forgiveness, rather.
I don't know how much Ben Askren, if that's publicized, how much he made, but Jake Paul made $500,000, right? And a lot of people are like, he didn't have that big of a payday, dude. He made $500,000 for going in there and putting on the
For 8 seconds,
Yeah,
basically.
like that's pretty good. And then so this Ben Askren's he's a retired MMA fighter. He was never going to fight again. So whatever his payday was, $80,000, whatever the hell it is,
No,
it's
I
like
thought he got $250.
$250,000.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was a lot.
So-
I mean, it was enough to justify being in there for 2 minutes.
This
or
guy's,
whatever it
and
was.
then I've heard people like, well, why would he get punched in the head and risk getting knocked out?
He's already
Like,
been
who
there.
gave this guy's getting punched in the head
Yeah.
a million times?
Yeah.
The CTE is already
Yeah.
ingrained.
In fact, it's a fact that the guy who's been punched in the head the most is the guy who wants to be punched in the head more because he's been punched in the head.
And how many people that are listening to this, if you offer them $250,000 to go and have Jake Paul punch you and get knocked out, everybody would take it.
No, Askren made $500K.
Are you sure? No, because
That's what
Jake
they're-
Paul made $500K.
And Jake's made $690. Somebody's saying.
Oh, because he got bonus for the knockout or whatever.
So maybe the deal was we're splitting whatever we're going to make.
Well,
or,
that's- anybody would do that, right?
I
because
would take $500,000 to get knocked out.
Of
probably.
course, anybody. Yeah. So what I'm interested is now that I know what's happening, I think, and this could be not the case.
I definitely think you're closer to figuring it out.
The next fight that he announces, it could go one of two ways. One is that he actually, he's been talking about fighting Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's never going to do that. The payday's not big enough. I don't think.
No.
But whoever the next fighter is, it all depends on if this guy is an actual boxer first, because the whole thing is this MMA fighter was a wrestler. Like he probably had okay boxing skills, better than what he showed for sure. I think what he showed
He was
was
kinda-
I didn't care.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was even into it.
But he should be able to at least be able to box with some form, and it looks like he didn't even try. But if he gets in the ring with an actual someone who knows how to box, that'll
be
be
different,
different. Or if the person he's fighting, I could somehow tell that this whole thing wasn't professional wrestling and that person had some stake to win. Because the other guy, Ben Askren, what motivation did he have to win this?
Just money.
He's just yeah. And
No, he
there's
just
no
won-
bon-
and why would you try to win for, it'd be easier just to stand there, take some heat, and get your payday and go home.
Yeah, he's not a boxer.
Especially when Jake Paul's motivation is, I want to continue this thing,
Yeah.
this professional
Sure, I'll
wrestling
do
thing.
that. Give me $500K.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it seemed
Yeah.
like. And this is and the fact that you could gamble on this,
I'll
I
get
mean,
knocked out by Jake Paul for 500.
of course, yeah, anybody would.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the chat room's correct. It's like Air Chubby says the only way to stop this is to stop buying it. That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertainment. You're
Well,
at this
no,
point,
yeah, and
if you're not into it, I don't care what these guys are doing. Have fun.
I'm only interested in the you could gamble on it. Now they keep the limits low, so there's no way of like, even if you knew, and I'm sure a lot of people within that camp knew Jake Paul was going to win. But they usually set the limits at like in these goof fights at like
We should
$1,000. So
try- the
can-
chat room's kind of throwing this around. We should try to make some goofy videos with Seth and hype him up to fight one of these
Jake
guys.
Paul?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask Seth if he thought he could beat Jake Paul in a boxing match, and I believe he can.
I believe he can too.
I think so too.
Because he
He
knows
got
how to
hands.
box.
I don't know.
He got
Yeah, oh,
My
yeah.
money's on Jake Paul.
I would put money on Seth.
Now,
Like,
why?
I would
guess
put a
I
lot
would
of
ask.
money.
I would ask, why would your money be on Jake Paul?
I think Seth's been out of the game too long. And this guy's been training crazy.
But Seth trains every
I
day
think
too.
Jake
Yeah.
Paul.
Boxing, though?
We'd have
Not
to
boxing.
And sparring with someone?
But I think you give Seth like a good solid month of boxing only training, and he's got a base that's better than
he
Jake
started
Paul.
when he was like what, 8 years
also
old or
old as
something.
hell
He's
now.
been fighting since he was like 4 or something.
He's in his 40s.
He is
Did you
in his
see
40s.
Ben Askren? He's fat dumpy dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and he got knocked the hell out.
yeah, but Seth
I
is
don't know,
not
that might
that.
actually be a decent fight.
Seth's cardio is good, and his technique is way. All you'd have to, and if Ben Askren could have made that, he didn't have to get knocked out. He knows better to block. Like what he did
We
was
just kind of took it.
just take a punch.
Yeah.
Like
He dropped his hands. Yeah, for sure.
like I don't care if you're a wrestler, you've been in MMA, you trained at all different, like he's stand up. He at one time didn't he win? Like he was a champion at one time? I think so.
I think
But-
he was less of a joke than he is now. Yeah, I don't think he was like a double knockout.
But he was in the UFC to get up to
I
that
just
level.
remember him from the knee to the face. Remember that? That's that guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. His stand-up game is better than what he did, and he could have easily, even in the bad shape he was in, I probably not got knocked out just from he knows how to move his head and slip
He
punches.
wasn't doing any of that.
No, he just walked in there, like, they just took the punch, $500 grand.
Yeah. Do you
and
think
then-
they told him
and
afterwards?
then
They were
laughed
like,
after.
you look like Sly. You should have put on a little. Do you think
Who
they were
cares?
like,
Dude, those guys, it's like filthy Tom Lawler. You think that guy gives a damn what anybody
No.
thinks about him? Like, you know
No,
what
he
I'm saying?
doesn't.
Dude, like, these people don't care. They're like, give me $500 grand. Same thing with McGregor. I'm going to walk and do the arms thing. Like, everybody's going to hate me. He's laughing to the GD is $100 million
Yeah,
mansion.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah.
Are we still in? Where are we?
The last thing I have for sports is I sent you a video of a guy trying to catch a home run ball.
Okay.
And I've been sending you pretty funny videos lately, and I hope this one is just as funny as the guy throwing the bobcat.
Okay. We'll go here.
Still makes you laugh.
It's a great video.
That was a good one.
That was a quality. That was a quality video.
So what does this guy try to do?
Okay.
It's he's trying to get a home run ball, but he's like 15 rows back, and he tries to run down the stairs, and oh man.
Belt gets a breaking ball, hammers it to deep right.
Okay, he's running down the stairs.
There.
He's the guy running down the stairs.
And the Giants lead 2-0.
Look at that leg drive. Gets the hips through. Goodness, watch this guy eat it. Whoops, see ya.
Yeah, it's not that good.
So
Not that good.
I just think
Sing
it's
the
funny
Oh No
because it's on
song with
national
it.
TV.
Not even. It's not even close.
Then it'll be entertaining.
Not even close to the Bobcat video.
Yeah. Now,
Well, of course, it's not as he's not going to shoot that effort as when he's not saying that for sure.
I'm gonna shoot that effort.
I like the ones, and this has happened, I think, multiple times, where the person leans over to catch the ball over the rail, and then fall, like just go
Yes.
head over heels, and his bottom half gets pulled
Yeah,
from his
bottom
big
right
top
over the
half, and then he falls down
Yeah.
like far.
That's your pear-shaped body. I like the
I'll-
ones where it's usually a woman where they run, get the ball, and grab it out of a child's hands.
Yeah.
Those are I love it when
Yeah.
a good woman steals a baseball from a young man or woman.
So I understand. I remember when when Barry Bonds and was it McGuire were doing the home run competition.
Well, it was more McGuire and Sammy Sosa.
Sosa,
And then it
yeah.
was Barry Bonds by himself.
Okay, and then but when they broke the record, that particular ball was worth
Oh, yeah.
like there's people in kayaks,
Oh, yeah, killing each other for this.
behind yeah.
But there's so much controversy surrounding them now. Like, are they all worthless now?
Well, what I was going to ask is, I understand the value of that ball because it's a record-breaking ball or like Babe Ruth's ball.
Yeah.
But just a regular MLB ball is worthless,
Just
right?
like a home run ball? Did it have anything to,
Even if, so you catch
like a foul ball?
You catch a home run ball. Let's say it is actually a home run ball, right? You catch it and you sell it on eBay. What is it? What do you
That's
get?
a great question. Look that up, Sam. Go on eBay and just type in 2020 home run ball.
$100?
I would pay. I think that's fair. I think if it was in a
depends
game,
on the scenario.
because
I
those
think it
balls
comes
are
down to,
aren't they like $20 a piece? They're expensive, right?
No, they're like $80 a piece.
Yeah, they're
The balls
expensive though. Is
are.
what I mean. Like it's a tiny leather ball, but it's like there's some.
It's a game, MLB
Yeah.
game played ball. But I'm sure they have every
it's $100. Less than 100 people are saying. I don't know anything about baseball.
every game they probably have a dozen balls that they either give out or lose throughout. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what is it? 24 balls. How many think?
They're worth more if they're signed, but if they're not signed, yeah, they're about $100.
God, you are so
Did I
good
say
at that.
I hit
Yeah,
100?
Why do you always do that?
How
It
did I
really
hit that?
No, you do it all the time, and I pay you compliments on it, and you're like, oh no, no, you actually are really good at seeing something.
Some
and
of
be
these
like,
are going for thousands of
I
dollars.
think the value of
Well,
that is
there's-
X. What would a ball signed by Pete Rose?
Well, that's a go.
I have one. I have a ball signed by Pete Rose that I got at spring training, but it was just handed to me by Pete Rose. What's that worth?
I think it depends on if
I
it
can't
has
authenticate anything.
Yeah, if it's not authenticated,
It's not.
Then. But I think you can get an expert person
I
who's
could
into
tell you
autographs.
when it was spring training. I could tell you who I was with, where I was at. I could track all that down.
Yeah, just look a Pete Rose autograph ball.
There's one for $75.
Yeah, see, it's probably not worth much.
I'll give you $25 for it.
I just
and
want
then I'll throw it through Butler's window.
I just want. Okay, I'm just gonna segue into something related, unrelated. I want to punish Butler by giving him a Pete Rose haircut.
Okay, I'm in there. I'm in it.
Yeah, you in?
Let's do it.
I want to get Butler a Bucky Larson Pete Rose haircut.
Yeah. Then do we punish him for one of his past mistakes or his guaranteed future mistakes?
Yeah, guaranteed future mistakes. Yeah, guaranteed
All right,
future
all right,
mistakes.
then no problem. We just have
I
to
think
wait.
he used
like
to
you
have
did
the
today.
Pete Rose, didn't he, when he was younger?
Butler? Oh yeah, he did.
He had
yeah.
highlighted Pete Rose hair.
Yeah, I don't think he had the highlighted
he's
Pete
pulling,
Rose.
He's pulling up the
He
picture
had
now.
he had the straight 8 is enough D head haircut.
He's had a lot of different
Where you
hairstyles.
look like a straight up D head.
Yeah, like the No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. He's got the Pete
Let me
Rose. I
see it.
told you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet Rose, buddy. I love
So
it.
tan as a little young British lad.
A little
Yeah.
brittle?
Were you
Is that
the
what you just
Well,
called him?
Were you the tannest guy in Britain?
He won that.
For sure.
At 8 years old, he won Tannest Man in Britain contest.
All right, EJ, what's some nerd stories?
Okay, let's go over to the nerd stuff. You know what? Did you guys ever go to McDonald's and go to the play place and stuff like that? The old ones.
No.
Like the big
No,
hamburger.
we're not poor trash
You never
people.
did that?
I wasn't. No, I was never taken to
Yeah.
any play place. As
Going
a child.
out to dinner.
Yeah, I did it as a jumping the
Yeah,
balls.
because the
and-
one that was over by Oak Ridge Road and OBT across from Quincy's had one that I remember back in the day, and I remember burning my legs on the slide all the time. But there's a documentary that they're put on YouTube. It's actually a video essay, is what they call it, about it's from Yesterworld. It's a McDonald's Land essay and how they got sued by HR Puff and stuff, and how they were using like the likeness of his show to promote McDonald's. And I thought Tom would like it.
Because of the different characters, was there too much of a similarity between the
Yeah,
HR
like the,
and
the Fry Guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They were going to get and Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, Mayor McCheese, the Fry Guys, Birdie,
Grimace, yeah.
Grimace, Ronald, the
And
Nuggets.
the Hamburglar looked terrifying in the original versions. If you look up a picture of it, it is creepy.
Well, the original Grimace was a evil character, but they didn't want to stay with that, so they made him a nice character.
So what's the HR puffin stuff?
I don't know, but I hate the name because every time I hear it, I want to take a ball of HR and stuff it somewhere. It's before my time.
Yeah,
it's like
I thought it was. I was like right at the end of your time, wasn't it, Daniel?
I was born in '76. I'm 44. HR was not.
Okay.
Before me. It was before me.
It sounds like something to do with drugs or the butt.
It does.
Oh, wow.
Drugs are the
Oh,
butt.
for sure it was.
I agree.
So what was HR Puffin stuff? What is
Mayor H.R. Puffinstuff and the other residents of Living Island try to help young Jimmy, shipwrecked and led to their island, escape the evil clutches of Witchy Poo, a zany witch who wants to steal Jimmy's talking flute for her collection of magical objects. But even as Jimmy tries to keep his talking flute out of Witchy Poo's evil grasp, he is also trying to find his way back home.
Did this happen in the
Wait a minute.
60s?
Yes, 1969.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
everybody's
a
on
60s thing.
LSD.
69,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
75, yeah.
Yeah, this is the same time as like Puff the
When we
Magic
go
Dragon.
through these-
A lot of puffs.
Yeah.
You guys were puffing on a lot of stuff.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
HR
Yeah.
puffing stuff.
Everybody's high as balls making up nonsense.
Yeah.
And this is what
We're
I
going
just
through that
heard was
now.
nonsense.
We're going through that now.
Yeah.
We're going through a little
They
bit
got
of
to
it.
come up with some more creative names.
So
Witchy Poo?
Does it look anything like the McDonald's characters or like some similarity? Like
I mean, they're giant
The
puppets.
original ones, yeah.
no.
I mean, the shape of the head, maybe, but it doesn't look like anything McDonald's to me.
So in the documentary, what was their claim that they got ripped
Well,
off?
because they came up with a short like commercials of McDonald's Land, and it was like it basically was just a straight up rip off of HR Puffin stuff. Like they used Ronald McDonald instead of HR or whatever, and it was just. It was weird. You have to watch the documentary about it.
well,
This HR
whoever's
Puffin stuff looks terrifying,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, it is for sure. It'll scare you if you're not ready for it.
anybody can steal your ideas and anything they want with enough money. And that's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it.
Look at Disney's Lion King.
If-
Look at windshield wipers.
If for some reason iHeartRadio wanted to, they're like, oh my god, we had some sort of like formula that they're like, we could replicate this and steal everything they've done, like literally all our jokes or whatever.
They'd do it.
They do it if they thought they could make money, and then no matter what, we try to sue them, but they have infinite money. Infinite attorneys, they just prolong it and to the point where 10 years from now we just give up, and that's what giant corporations do.
Yeah.
And there's no way to stop it. It's horrible, but you're gonna get screwed if you try to compete with some $1 billion entity.
Did the Burger King have a bunch of different people under his kingdom? Much like, because,
They
McDonald's.
have a kids club and wheels.
They had the kids club.
BK
yeah.
Kids
Yeah.
Club, baby.
No,
Yeah.
I want to know if the king originally had like a queen and a court jester, right?
But they never even.
Isn't that what they
They
would have
never
done?
played on the actual king until like way later
well,
with
but then
the
they
plastic
made
head.
it kitschy and
Yeah,
creepy.
they never-
I
I don't
look
think
it up
they-
and see if they had that, because
Why didn't Taco Bell ever get into like the kids?
They had the
meals?
dog.
No, but I'm saying like the kids meals.
Do
like,
they not have kids meals?
no, they've never had kids meals.
Like does
No.
and Burger
Everything's cheap enough. I
Or
guess?
maybe
you
they
could just
did,
get one taco for your
but
kid.
no, you know what? I
like
think
kids
they
don't-
did, but they phased them out. I think I'm incorrect on that. I
wasn't
think-
enough kids.
Yeah,
that
they were like, only stoners eat here. If you're a kid, cut the burrito in half.
yeah, or get a cheese quesadilla. But even the cheese quesadilla I've got for my sons before, which is
Oh, there
and
was an old school Burger King.
You were going to say something you didn't want to say. Is it too spicy for him?
it's too spicy.
Yeah,
for
because
them,
the
yeah.
nacho paste.
Yeah, they're like, we don't like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Oh,
God
my
damn it!
God.
I'm like, I was
gotta
like,
go- you gotta go
who
plain
put
cheese.
the paste? I said,
No. You
just bread and
No,
cheese.
you got to go plain cheese. They put a nacho paste on there to make it creamier
Yeah,
for the fatos
And
like me that are in there. I want it. I want the nacho
but
paste.
their sensitive taste buds. They're like too spicy, and I'm like spicy.
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
realized they put some sort of paste in
Maisie
there.
tried sour cream last night. Said it was spicy.
Yeah,
Like seriously, she had dill in it. She's like, my tongue. I'm like, that's dill. What? You just never tasted it before?
Is there some real men kids, babies that can have Tabasco sauce
We're
and
looking
stuff.
for taste babies.
Like there's probably
Yeah,
some like
non-white babies.
Okay, yeah.
Does that work?
Yes.
Yeah, non-white babies.
Why? But does my white baby have
Because you feed
sensitive-
them bland vegetables in bread.
Oh, because they're not eating their
give 'em
their
some
family.
spice.
It's case by case,
spices.
because see, Maisie likes salsa. Crazy. We'll eat all of it. Eat cilantro by the just eating it all.
But not spicy salsa.
Well,
Medium.
it's no, it's just the taste. It's not. She doesn't even know what spicy is.
Yeah,
it was dill. It was different. So she's like, ew, that's spicy. She didn't even know. I mean, I'm eating habanero salsa with her. She's just mowing it down. It's like kids don't know what they.
This was the original Burger King that was on the sign.
It kind of looks like
back
me.
in the day.
Oh yeah, just a generic little cartoon.
Yeah,
Kind of looks
sitting
like
on
me.
a burger.
Next story, EJ.
Okay, next story. I sent Sam a video of a large Rubik's Cube that's the world record. Have you seen that?
Okay.
Did you ever play with a Rubik's Cube as a kid or as an adult?
Never.
You never figured it out the algorithm to kind of do it? It's a little. You might want to fast forward a little bit because it's a lot of assembly.
No, I did what every white trash kid in Florida does because they're too stupid to put the work into actually figuring it out. I just took the stickers off one day, and then I just put all the stickers together.
That's too much work.
And then I lied to my mom. I'm like, look, I figured it out. I'm not as stupid as you say.
You could always see where trash kids had picked the sides of the stickers
Yeah.
because the corners would get pick marks from where you picked them all off.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew the nerds that did that.
Oh, Ghost of Manute Bowl saying that Taco Bell did have kids' meals before.
No, that's what I was saying. I think I was
Oh,
incorrect about that. I
gotcha.
think they had them and they just phased them out like maybe last year or the year before.
And also, I feel like now with YouTube tutorial videos, like every kid knows how to solve a Rubik's Cube. But back in the early 90s or late 80s, it was if you didn't know how to do it or whatever, you didn't have the time to figure it out, it was impossible to ever get that information, right?
Yeah.
You could spend days trying to do it. And I remember spending a couple hours with my friends, thinking, and then I was like, this is impossible. There was no way.
Yeah, what made me the most mad were those IQ testers from Cracker Barrel. Where you have the
golf, the tee,
Jumping
golf
the
tee.
pegs.
yeah, the golf tee jumping. I hate those things.
Well, that's easier than the Rubik's Cube.
It is easier, and there's a fail-safe way to solve it every time. But I used to know it, now I forget it. I got to get one to practice. I don't want to have to buy one.
By the way, not impressive at all to your kids. Once you do
No.
solve it, they could care less.
And
Shame my cell phone. I'd rather play with that.
I used to
That's-
cheat
Yeah.
all the time. I just take all the pegs out. I left one. Every kid does that, right?
Those things are gone right crazy.
I don't know. Cracker Barrel, we're open, baby.
I don't know. Cracker Barrel's still open, yeah.
Uncle Herschel's favorite.
All right, EJ, we got to go. Do you got one last quick one?
Oh, well, we could talk about Amazon spending almost $500 million on their Lord of the Rings series for just one season. Have you seen that?
No.
No.
Oh my God! It's okay, they're spending 5 times what the last season of Game of Thrones is, and it's not even ready yet, and they're spending $500 million.
Well, they have the money, right? I mean, have you seen the talks going? Not to go back to sports, but they're in the talks to possibly buy the rights to a Thursday night football game, and it being primarily
Total
on
game
Amazon.
changer, man.
And then with that, you could do so many different things. And they have unlimited money. They have the most money. So whatever business they want to get into, they will dominate by the fact that they have unlimited funds.
They have the capital.
They
to
don't
do it.
even if this Lord of the Rings wasn't financially successful, how were they I read something online that they make how many billions of dollars a month just on Amazon Prime subscriptions? It's $2 billion a month or something like that.
I can believe that.
Just on subscription money. It's not even what so it's when you have
Disney and Amazon run the world.
Yeah, and so it makes sense that it'll be a Wall-E type scenario where 25 years from now, how many things does Amazon have control over? They could have control over anything they want.
It depends.
If Amazon wanted to come out with a fast food chain to compete against McDonald's or whatever the most...
Now, will they have to, diversify even just through naming rights in order to kind of unplug us from the idea that they're too large?
No one cares. That's the problem.
Oh, I think people will care though, and they believe me, they probably already figured out where that tipping point is because there will be one.
Well,
that's why they had Bezos step down, or at least appear to step down, because people started hating him. But trust and believe, he's still there, and he's still making all his money.
Of course. Well, yeah, that's just that's a move so people they get afraid that some sort of he looks like a supervillain, which doesn't help, by the way.
Right.
If he looked like John Candy, he'll be fine.
Hair, you know?
Yeah.
Just one little tuft of hair.
Yeah. Like if you look like Seth Rogen, everybody would be like, it's fine. But because you look like a GD supervillain, that everybody is afraid of you owning such a massive corporation that you start thinking about it. You're like, oh my God, like this is too big.
Yeah, but if it were Jack Black, you'd be fine.
But I'm saying that's why they did that.
Of course, yeah. Nothing to do with.
But this big company, I think people they're willing to accept it because it's fast. It gets to their house.
And they don't care about antitrust anymore.
Nobody cares about how the workers are being treated or any of that. It's just like, well, I can get it here, Amazon Prime.
Yeah. There was just taps into everybody's narcissist, and no one cares really.
Everyone's selfish.
And so it's just like, and then am I going to get the best Lord of the Rings movie or series or whatever? And that's all I care about. Is it going to look freaking awesome? Because
my batteries are here. My toilet paper's here.
Because no matter what, if you put that much money into a product, there's gonna be something, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be total garbage.
No.
Even if you don't like the story, it's gonna be.
I wonder
impressive.
how much of that is bloat, though. You know, like if you went in and like really looked at it.
Oh, I'm
is
sure.
Is it necessary? You know?
No, it's a lot of waste.
Yeah,
but it's also a statement too.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Just to say you can do it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, throw infinite money at anything and you're making a statement. Make a solid gold Lamborghini, whatever. It's like I could do this, and I could do 10 of these and burn them down. It doesn't matter. It's like a power move too. Anyway, all right, EJ, we gotta go.
All right, hey Daniel, thank you for talking to my wife at the thing. She would really appreciate that.
You know, I normally don't talk to females, but I found her to be quite intelligent.
Well, happy anniversary.
All right, thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. Be good. That is our buddy EJ live from Toshiba's office.
My favorite thing is every event we have, EJ squeezes himself into his old polo so that people know he's EJ. But
let's get him a new one.
I know. I think of it every time.
Let's upgrade him and get him a new one.
You know, you can't fit into your college clothes anymore.
But let's not get him a suit. Let's get him that Pizza Hut track suit that old what's his name wears on the commercials. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Craig Robertson.
Oh, he made some cash with that too, right?
Yeah.
Like he don't give a damn.
Oh yeah,
he's like, give me Pizza Hut
money. He's wearing the suit. He's dancing. He's rapping. He's playing the piano.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure he got. What do you think? Is that like?
I bet
public?
you we could find it.
How much did Craig Robinson get paid for a Pizza Hut commercial?
Like 10 mil, you think?
No,
5 mil.
No, I don't think.
How much Snoop Dogg got? 2 mil to do one fight.
That's true.
That's what I was going on.
I'm getting 1.5 million. Craig Robinson. Nah, but he's not that big, dude.
He isn't, because we had him in here, but he's very
850,000.
It might be just like $1 million. It might be $500,000. What do you think, Sam?
Is it?
I don't know.
No,
I can't find it.
They may bury it.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot then. If it's not a lot, then if it were a lot, we'd know.
Yeah. It's more, but it's like
it's good.
You know, $500,000, 350,000.
And it might be continuing.
One day.
You know, he might be continuing.
Like
that's how that Carrot Top 1-800 call collect. Remember that?
I saw Carrot Top the other day.
Did you really? Is he back in town?
He was in an ice cream shop, and it's like and I was at Winter Park, whatever. There's like a.
Hey, you look like the Ginger's Got Sold guy. You like ice cream?
And I was walking out. I'll tell you the story on Friday. Because now that I think about it, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. It is time to do some porking. I forgot to sing, because we're doing a fast pork. Today I was eating pork. I was eating Mojo pork from Publix on a fork. I bought Stubbs barbecue sauce. I bought spicy Stubbs. It's got a smoky flavor. I like vinegar barbecue sauce. It's the best. I like to put it on French fried taters. We love porking!
Who's Porkin'? Brought to you by Porky's Barbecue in Apopka. If you want to go swing by Porky's, go through the drive-thru. Okay. Porky's Apopka.
To put a mo on it.
I'd like to hang out with if Stubbs was a real person.
He is a real person.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he
Oh,
still
okay.
alive?
I thought it was just
that
like
I don't know. Do you want to? I do an impression of Stubbs.
Is it his actual? I thought it was just maybe a corporation just using like the Stubbs as a mascot.
That's a great question. I think he's a real man. I do an impression of him. Ready? My life is in these bottles. Stubbs.
Who's Porkin', Sam?
Oh, so this week on Who's Porking, Haley Hasselhoff, 28-year-old daughter of David Hasselhoff, has made history by becoming the first curve model to land a European Playboy cover.
Curve. That's that old perfume that my girlfriend used to wear.
Yeah, in the green bottle. It's the good
Yeah,
stuff.
Curve, Joop.
So I sent Dan a link so you can see her cover. She's got it going on.
All right. So
Oh, yeah.
a curve model means that she
Plus size.
plus size model, and
I like how they advertise a big fat sandwich right underneath.
That's
it's
terrible.
Like it is terrible, but
It's a mayo
yeah,
ad.
it's like get the mayo.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
Wow, man.
She's really pressing him up against that mirror.
Yeah, that is
All right.
Holy moly!
see, I like that body style.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Wowie, wowie. I don't even know what I can show and not.
It's fine. There's no
My goodness,
pink parts.
She. That's David Hasselhoff's
Daughter, yeah.
Now,
Oh God.
I wonder. I've never even heard of European Playboy or
They have Playboy all around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just never this is the first time of me ever hearing that there's some difference between American Playboy and European Playboy. I've never heard of them reference
My dad said Bush.
like I've never heard someone say they made it on Europeans Playboy.
have.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember even as a kid seeing this. This probably goes to how horny you are, and I know I'm hornier than you just naturally. And I think that because there would be girls that were like, "Oh, she did a spread for Playboy Italy, or she did a Playboy Romania." Like there's all over the place.
I had never even heard it be mentioned or knew that there was the magazine was different depending on the country. I thought that the American Playboy or the whatever version we got in America was just distributed in different countries in
thought
their
that too.
language.
Yeah.
But I didn't know all the pictures were different as well.
I think culturally, in order to kind of tackle the aspect of being able to write for a particular culture.
Also, isn't Germany obsessed with David Hasselhoff?
Yes.
So this makes sense, right? That they would put his daughter on Playboy?
well, it makes
Playboy Germany, maybe.
It is Germany.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
Playboy Germany?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, that does make sense.
It says that she is Playboy Germany's newest cover girl, but they incorporate it as the first one in European Playboy. She is the first curve model.
Now you can see this online, right?
Yep, she posted it to her Instagram.
Well, I'm saying
cover.
the actual entire magazine.
I don't know.
yes.
You might have to pay to see
You'd,
the whole thing?
you'd have to pay, but yes, you can.
So it's not like you need a physical copy of this. And what was the reason she did this? For money? For
She did it.
Make a statement?
She says she put on her Instagram, "I am overcome with emotion around what this cover signifies for inclusivity and its greater purpose towards women, towards female empowerment. I wanted to use this platform to express that you have the power to love your body without hesitation because of society's standards of beauty." So she's doing the whole love your body thing, female empowerment. No need to be a stick figure to be on Playboy anymore.
yeah,
sir.
that's true. Also,
I like ladies of all sizes.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that in America yet. With the whole thick being a thing, right? And I feel like more guys are into thicker women now, or at least expressing that they are.
Oh, yeah, and have
As
been.
opposed to before when
And
it used to
have
be
been, right?
supermodel.
I mean, maybe I'm just in my own lane, but yeah, I think you're exactly right. Like, I don't really see too many guys that are about the waifs and about the ladies that are like the girls that walk the runways for the really high-end fashion.
Well,
That's
yeah.
more of just a traditional job, and and that's great. And
that's an industry thing. Like if you
it's an industry look.
If you showed old Hasselhoff's daughter to anybody I know and any listener I know, and any founder, anybody on the page, and you'd be like, look at it, and they're gonna be like,
Look
oh
at
yeah,
this dude. They'd be like, oh.
yeah, not one of them
yeah.
in real life is gonna be like, ew, she's too fat. That's not gonna happen because that person that I'm looking at right now,
Oh, she's
is
voluptuous.
sexually
Drop-dead
attractive
gorgeous.
to
Yeah.
everybody I know.
Yeah. I
Maybe
get-
Seth, because he's mentally ill.
That's
but,
true,
Yeah. Well, then he doesn't count though, right? Because he's mentally ill.
But also,
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
You always tell me
if
not
you
to
put
listen to crazy people.
Her and Seth, like Seth's probably horny enough, although his testosterone is low because he's crazy. But he'll bang. Like, he's not gonna turn her down.
Oh my God.
Like,
I did have to check to see if this was the same daughter that videotaped him drunkenly eating a cheeseburger,
Was
but
it?
it was not.
Oh yeah.
It was not.
And also, this person, even though she's bigger than a stereotypical, super skinny model, like
Right.
also in good shape and has a good body.
Right.
You
And
know
so
what
she
I'm
says, she talked about that in one of these articles where she says, like, the curvier models are actually more in shape and toned because they actually are like super critical of their bodies. So she says that they're
interesting.
more in shape and toned than
Yeah.
the supermodels.
Well,
would be.
they have muscle, and they may have. What I'm saying is that like they're not putting like someone that's 380 on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
because if they did, then they really are like every body matters, and this like. But they do this because this person now. What do you think she weighs? Like one.
I don't know because I need to see how
is
tall she is.
Exactly, but that's another thing on TikTok.
She's 5'6".
Oh, if she's 5'6", she'll be
They
140.
They have a weight listed. I don't know if it's accurate, but I can. So 5'6". What do you think?
140.
Looking at those. Well, let's assess this here.
Because
she's
those boobs
got,
are big
yes,
and they're
they
heavy,
are.
and Samantha
Correct.
knows that boobs are heavy.
That's a lot of weight
Yeah.
going on there.
I'm going. She's 5'6", 158.
176.
Okay.
Because she's got a
Junk.
plump booty.
She gets
and,
the junk.
yeah.
Yep. And the thighs. The thighs are. I'm a thigh guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thick
Don't
thighs.
sue me, McDonald's.
So also she's young. How old is she?
28.
28. Oh,
Yeah.
not that
Not
young.
that young.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Um.
Well done.
So
What do you get paid for doing something like that?
Oh,
But the exposure she gets. I mean, obviously
For
that's
sure,
why
yeah.
you do it.
Oh,
but
because you'll turn this into some sort of.
she's already
Patreon,
doing talk shows.
TikTok. Yeah.
And she's doing talk shows about it, and she can do
Now-
all kinds of stuff.
She went fully nude, but to what extent? Because some won't show their bottom at any point. Like obviously even with legs closed, bottom, like they'll just do like when people with notoriety do this, they set the terms, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. She probably did tasteful upper and side bottom.
Yeah. Just like so, you see just some sort of patch or a little.
Yeah,
like
not
a-
even.
Yeah.
You just see like, what is that? It's like, who is that? Oh, it's like somebody backlit Tom Selleck eating a ham sandwich.
So what do you think she does make from this?
20K? Is that too high?
I think they pay her a little bit more because this is a story.
It's a
that
big
we're
name,
talking
too.
about.
Big name.
And then in Germany, you could turn this into probably 6 figures of money easy for the company.
Oh my God. Shut up. Get
But you're
out.
right. She could make quick $75K, and then with the publicity, go on a tour.
I don't think she would have got that much. But I don't know. I mean, she does have a career in modeling, so maybe she has a fee.
Well, if she has a career in
Hasselhoff-
modeling, then she already has a rate.
Dude,
Right.
Hasselhoff though is like a huge celebrity.
Mega
there.
name.
Yeah.
Even over here, dude. Like, there's a reason that Peacock put all the Baywatch shows, every single one's on streaming service Peacock.
But we see him more of a joke. I think Germans see him like as a bigger deal. Like we see the Hasselhoff as the guy eating the cheeseburger.
Yeah, but he's also America's Got Talent, biggest show in America.
Yeah, I forgot about.
I mean, that guy, and he
rode.
rode that for a long time. Is he still on that, or is
I
he?
don't think
he might
so.
be gone now, but
You're right. I forgot about that.
that's a
America's Got
huge.
Talent.
I mean, like that made like the
everybody
biggest. People tell me.
She's done Celebrity X Factor in 2019. She also used to be a model for Ford Models at Ford Models agency at 14 years old. I mean, she's doing things.
Yeah, so she probably already has a certain level that she wouldn't even, that she would do this for.
How far did anybody know that Celebrity X Factor was a thing?
Not
No.
anymore.
No, I did not.
I did not.
There's
like
a lot of shows I don't know that they're on anymore.
It's
You know,
crazy that they do a show called Celebrity X Factor. It was in 2019, and we didn't even know it
I
existed.
think it was a European
show.
show.
Oh,
probably.
okay, yeah. So maybe she knows that her dad and her name is more famous in Germany, and that's where to make your
She's
money.
got her
right?
own line at Nordstrom. Her own clothing line.
Really?
Yeah. Haley Hasselhoff collection.
I don't know.
Look at her.
Okay,
She's doing things,
I
man.
I think that we have greatly
Those collections, I think
underestimated how popular she might already be.
Yeah.
those clothing collections, I think, are the equivalent of doing craft beer. And
It's like having a hot sauce with your band's name on
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. It's like they.
Wait a minute. You guys did that.
Yeah.
No,
of
no,
course
no,
we
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
of
that's
course
how we
did.
know.
Yeah.
And I think it's like some designer like wants to partner with someone who has a name, and then maybe. Do you think she has how much influence, or
No, see,
is
this
she
is where it
involved?
starts to get sticky. It's
Of,
like, I
like-
like stripes. I don't like pastels. Oh, she's a designer.
Yeah. Like with the same thing
Yeah,
with
like half my friends.
Paris Hilton.
Half my friends put out T-shirts. They called themselves. They have clothing lines.
Hey, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
You know,
the
I
Young
hate
SB
that.
on right now.
No, but I hate that. Like, I'm sorry, but no. In order to have a clothing line, you have to be an actual designer. You got to know how to tailor clothing. You can't just buy T-shirts, stamp some art on it, and say you have a clothing line. Doesn't work like that.
It's funny because we would never say we're a retail or but if you
A
look
retailer,
at
yeah.
or if you look at the money we make off merch,
Oh, yeah.
it would probably be in a category of like that they would deem it as a. Now we don't make it that much profit at all because we everything's so
Comes back to
cheap,
the-
and then it's
yeah.
just but whatever. But if you looked at the grand scheme of it, they'd be like, oh, you'd be in the category of retailer.
Yeah.
So there's something. It's all
right.
semantics.
Hey.
Hey, great show. Who's on Semantics this week?
Jessica
Where
and
can you-
Justin.
where can you watch
Oh,
that?
wasted.
Yeah, watch
Oh.
it.
We got wasted in Titusville.
Oh man!
Oh, man.
She wanted me to delete the after party.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
can't. That's not how you get rid of Corona, Jess. It doesn't work like that. Interesting. Well, I like that, and I think you might be onto something. Europe usually runs a little before us, right? So maybe we will see the shift to curvier models on our Playboy.
Well,
I could totally-
It's only a matter of time,
Hey,
right?
didn't we start that trend with Anna Nicole Smith? She was the one that cut everybody was like wave, and then it was curvy model, right?
Yeah, and I think America does plenty of that. I just don't think Playboy's not a thing here. You know, it's like
Not
no
anymore.
one cares.
No.
So, and basically the internet has made everything a thing. So it's like there's plenty. Speaking of TikTok, there's a thing where women show themselves.
Oh,
in
here
their
we go
bed.
again. Show themselves.
No, I'm saying,
Show yourself.
Are you just on a porn site and
No.
you don't know that
Yeah.
it's not TikTok?
I'm not putting
He's
anything.
on
This
Ding
just
Dong,
comes
which is
up.
different.
But they stand there in a bikini, and then they make a bunch of turns, and then it says, "This is what 5'6", and then they put their weight. Looks
I've
like.
never seen
It's
this.
a thing.
I have never seen that.
How
in my
have you guys
life.
never seen this?
So wait, the girl, if I were to stand there and then I'd be like
then
in
do
board
it-
shorts and I would swivel and I'd say, this is what 5'2", 160
This guy's got a
looks
porn
like.
addiction.
Is that what I would
This,
say?
I don't search for it. It just shows up on my thing.
I believe that because Sam,
He
you're,
must search other things
No.
in his phone, and TikTok
Sam,
is
he's not
listening.
I
not
don't
sophisticated
search,
enough to do
like
that.
the weight loss, teen weight
Are you
loss.
sure
Like,
it's TikTok?
Is it a weight loss thing? It's like showing your actual
No,
self?
it's
They're
like-
just saying,
it's
like, be
empowered.
realistic about your
Yes.
body.
Yeah. It's an
Oh.
empowerment thing. It's like this is what 154 looks like, and
Right.
Gotcha.
But they don't do it if they look bad. I mean,
Right.
They do it. If
You're right. You're not going to see the
Yeah.
guy with all the scars and the melted skin. He's
I've
like,
seen it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when the girls and guys are doing that Cardi B dance off, like they don't care what they look like.
The one I saw yesterday, I was scrolling through, and it was tropical fish, and then it was a bunch of bigger girls doing a rap video, and they're like, "So you want to be with a fat bitch?" And they were doing like a rap,
Oh,
and
I
I'm
love
like,
that song.
I had to turn it off because Maisie heard it.
Oh. All right. Bye bye.